And we are
Let's see.
live.
I mean, you can do whatever you want.
All right.
But
Well, I guess it'd be helpful for the party to know that I have advantage on Constitution saves for 24 hours after drinking that shit.
Damn.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
word.
Okay. You say so.
We also found out that Aika is the one who stole the dragon egg.
Oh yes.
That
Yeah.
sneaky, duplicitous whore.
Yeah,
It's a
I mean,
harsh-
somebody had
it's a
to say it.
harsh. Trying to help our friends, yo.
It's a little sexist.
A little bit.
Yeah, and
Side of
Terrestrian,
misogyny. It's okay.
I guess it
Right.
wasn't necessarily from our last session, but through our Discord and through our roleplay channels, we had a bit of a side
shit.
conversation with Terrestrian.
Oh yeah. Ing was going to do more, but Lunga got tired. And
Relatable.
wasn't able to do more.
And then was tired for a whole week after that.
Yep, pretty much. No, this whole past weekend I felt like shit.
I can imagine.
Welcome everyone to Console 6 Spelljammer's Dead Air session. We're all here for you.
Right. Anybody remember anything else? That's it? Y'all heard about some suspicious Capulet activity on the moon of Fair Artiste right outside of Timid. What the fuck are they doing here? Why are they talking to the Pirate Zealot King or whoever this Gaussian guy is, huh? That happened.
For real.
Yeah, we did learn that.
We also some of us, I should say, almost got fucking trampled to death.
Oh yeah.
A busy session, last one. Let's be honest.
That was fun.
Yeah,
It was
fed
weird
some
creatures.
fed some baby birds.
Little baby dragon birds.
No, baby
Yeah.
dragon
And
birds.
Ing
You
was
know.
like, let's get the fuck out of here. Let's go. No, you ain't playing with these little fucking dragon babies. When mom was
Guess
playing
this
around.
too.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, so we're leaving fast or
Fast or
howdy,
faster?
cowpoke.
Which one are we doing?
are we giddy upping or
Gonna mosey on down the road.
right? Man, it's funny. Yeah, that happened, and you guys kind of was hanging out with Terrestrian, and she was kind of putting you guys up on game about some spell jamming things and how the life jammers work, and kind of gave you some semblances of their origins and things. But it wasn't too terribly much information. I think maybe I don't know. Definitely satisfying for some. And then you got prepared to do this to conduct some kind of a ritual. I believe is the last thing that was happening. Folks were going to kind of relax and then like rest, I believe was the plan, and then conduct a ritual. First thing in the morning, maybe? I don't know. I don't remember. What did you guys want to do? Does that sound right?
I think it was with as much immediacy as we were capable of. I think it was,
So no resting.
Oh yeah, for the cannon.
Well,
That's right. Yeah.
we were short resting. At least I was short resting and talking to Terrestrian,
I think I short rested as well.
or that was my
Good.
intent.
Good.
No, maybe I didn't.
Let's just say,
But I don't think I
that,
needed
but I don't-
to. I don't think I needed
Yeah.
to yet.
Yeah, no one mechanically short rested, but the
Okay.
intention was to rest for a little while talking with her, right? I believe that
Correct.
was the
That
game
sounds right.
plan.
Because I remember we said we
So-
were about the possibility of RPing in our chat before, any roleplay there, but I don't think anybody really did much. I think there's maybe a couple of
Did
things.
you look
but
at it? Two people definitely did a whole lot.
A whole lot? I mean, I looked at it briefly.
It took me a long time to type, so.
Kesta says his entire life story in there.
But yeah, that was the plan. So what we can do is it's like late evening. The Terrestrian said it would probably take a few hours to get everything ready for the ritual. Not long enough for a long rest or anything, but you can certainly short rest while that was happening. So you can kind of start off and do your short resting now if you need to heal up anything or, whatever other benefits that you will gain from having a short rest. And then I think we can get into the circumstances that we find ourselves in.
I don't remember if I needed one. Did I need one?
That's perfect.
Oh yeah, I did.
Yes.
Beautiful stuff. As you guys are kind of hanging out and having your various conversations, and she's, providing everybody with food and drink, mostly plant-based stuff, not really any meats in the building, but it's some teas and things. Nothing as potent as Ohm's drink from her jug, but some other things that she has distilled from different plant life roots and things like that. It's very tasty, very, very nice. And some of it has a bit of a fey kind of sparkly, glittery edge to it. As you can see, it sloshes around in the little cups, kind of vessels that essentially are these massive flowers with the flower petals kind of tightly held close together to allow for pouring into and no leakage. And then she just kind of starts detailing to you all of the various the specifics of how the ritual will work to ensure that adding this cannon to the Spelljammer won't have any kind of deleterious effects, among other things. She kind of starts to just talk to you about how the things work out. She says, I will be using an old ritual to funnel your magic into the Spelljammer. It was developed to allow for powerful mages to repel, heal, or in other ways manipulate their Spelljammers in times of need where they are unable to take birth into a shipyard and have it repaired formally or traditionally. However, it was discovered to allow for other benefits as well. Benefits such as allowing skilled adventurers without arcane abilities to connect with the Spelljammers to a minimal extent, of course. The issue is it is incredibly difficult and a bit volatile. So it was restricted, of course, and then those who knew of it were all but forgotten. Very few of us exist these days. Actually, point of note is that the ritual shares origins with the Lifejammers. I believe that the same kind of arcane techniques allowed for both of these divergent technologies to develop. Arcanologies. Which is another reason why it's so dangerous. We may be able to adjust the ritual to not only heal your ship, but also allow you to use your spell and life energies to increase the potency of your connection to the vessel. I will concentrate on maintaining the ritual, directing and altering the energies as needed so that we don't all die. I don't know what effect the Lifejammer may have as it is affixed to your ship. I've taken some time to look it over, and I don't know of a way to remove it safely. If there is any, I suspect it will make things more difficult, but such is life. Yes?
If no one sits in the life jamming chair, is it safe as long as no one sits in it? Or is it...
As far as I know, as long as no one comes into contact with it, it will not be harmful to you. it does seem to be sending a certain amount of energies to an undisclosed location. I'm not entirely sure where it goes. I don't know how to even track something of that nature, but there is some conjurative magics happening there. And conjurations, of course, allow for you to create something from nothing, but also send things from one place to another. So,
would you be familiar with any materials, perhaps that I could build a cage around it, similar to the famous alchemist Faraday, to perhaps maybe contain these energies with
Faraday. A cage similar to that of Faraday's. I'm not familiar with that alchemist's work, but there may be some materials. There certainly are some that are inherent to that are used, forgive me, for negating the magical effects. There may be some things like that out there. I can stew on it for a while and maybe reach out to some contacts and see what we can think of. Maybe if someone can cast a high enough anti-magic spell, it might have some effect. I would, if you know an incredibly skilled arcanist, mage, wizard type, they tend to dabble in these kinds of magics. I, however, do not. I'm more of a natural kind of primal magic user, and even then, my magical skills are specific. But yes, if you know a mage or a wizard who can cast an anti-magic spell, there might be something like that. At least is worth a test. It's an incredibly high-level spell, so it may cost you a fair bit, unless you have a friend in high places. But nevertheless, be somewhere safe when you try it, because if it backfires, much like the hazards of the ritual we're going to perform today.
Yes. But as far as that ritual goes, as far as what you were mentioning about us being able to connect the ship and use life energies and magic energies to help
indeed
the ship or emphasize, he's making a face similar to the fry shop and take my money. Just yes, I'm definitely.
Oh, you can certainly help if you have any spell energies available. Do you have any arcane abilities?
Oh, well,
left.
He pulls out a book. Left at this moment.
Indeed, yes.
I do have one. I can cast one spell of cure wounds, and then I will be bereft of that level of casting until perhaps tomorrow. But I do have one left.
Low level magic.
Yes.
Well, it will be useful.
I can certainly contribute to that as well if needed.
I do
Absolutely.
have a mending spell, by the way, which I can cast anytime. I'm very adept at.
As a cantrip, yes, mending. That would be very useful for you on this ship. I don't know that it will be useful for these purposes, though.
Okay.
But yes, any spell of significant level will be helpful. Any of you who all can do magic, you can assist the ritual by essentially what you will be doing is you will be funneling your spell energies to increase the potency of the ritual, thereby increasing the potency of your connection to the vessel. So anything that you can do can help. And those of you who do not have access to the arcane can channel some of your life energies into increasing the potency. The ritual allows for you to do that in the safest way possible, but not for free, so to speak.
Sounds very
I don't understand.
The life chair. That feels very, very, very.
Right. Yes, I believe that these two arcanologies developed from the same origin principles of manipulating the life force. So that's why it is very dangerous to do.
I was just gonna say that I don't quite understand you taking my life force for this task.
You would volunteer it, really. Essentially, mechanically speaking, spellcasters can dump leveled spells. I think that's clear enough. But whatever level
Sure.
spell will have a benefit. Non-spellcasters can dump hit
Okay.
dice and kind of expend their hit dice to have the
okay.
similar effect.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yes, it is.
Huh.
So
Okay. I see what you mean now as far as hit dice. I didn't pick up that's what you meant on my life force at first. That makes sense.
yeah, I was going to explain it because it's an incredibly uncommon idea.
No, I like it. I
worry.
like it. I was
It
I
didn't
whenever
make
you
sense
said that,
when
I was
thought of it
thinking
either.
like whenever you said
What
that,
do
I
you
was like,
mean?
you taking my
Do I have to cut myself?
HP? Right? Cut myself blood ritual?
Yeah.
much
Well,
is
there
sacred
is
blood
a
you need
way
for
to
me?
do it using sacrifice. But I don't dabble in that kind of magic. It's very dark, really.
Brother, what the hell is she talking about? Wow, look, a frog.
Um,
Is that a butterfly? Whoa.
I'm sorry, a butterfly.
You all see where
Oh.
Ohm is pointing, and there is indeed a butterfly there. The effects of the drink has worn off, but he clearly hasn't noticed yet.
I mean, I've warned you about drinking things that could be dangerous, brother. I don't know why you insist on
Hey,
enjoy yourself.
makes me feel good.
I'm
Oh
sure.
Even
no,
if I
it's an
see some
incredible
shit.
drink. That one is real, darling. Just so you know. Yes,
it's
I think
pretty.
you might be back with us now.
Ah, okay.
Yes, her name is Clementine.
Ah. Hi, Clementine. Anyway, brother, what the hell is she talking about?
In reference to what she said, quite a few things.
Life
brother.
force? That's all stuff you and
Oh,
mother
yes,
frickin'
yes.
talked about.
It's very simple. You remember in the military days when one of your comrades was injured on the field, and they would take some of your blood and give it to the injured comrade to help him recover. It's
Sounds
something
like
that.
normal medical practice to me then.
Yeah,
You need some of my
yes.
blood?
It just
Hold on.
involves some magic. Yes.
Hold on,
no,
you need some of my blood?
brother. It's okay. No, brother.
Pull
brother.
that as
She
long
will- She will
sword.
do it with the arcane. I'm just
Oh,
giving you a metaphor. Just
Okay. Gotcha.
it's okay.
Well, whatever you need, lady, to get this big gun on our ship.
Yes, this way will be significantly cleaner, and it will not hurt. Well, it shouldn't, unless something interrupts the process. Then we all might die. But no risk, no reward. Yes.
Absolutely. That's what I always say before every mission.
Beautiful.
Very,
Then
very,
we
very
should.
sly of you adding that at the end. Yes, very.
It's been peppered all throughout. It's been peppered all.
Yeah, it has.
So-
The word "die" was not. It was that was.
It
kinda
was.
added at the
Yes,
end.
it was. He said die a bunch of times already.
Definitely did. So, if we are ready, then we shall assume the appropriate positions. And you all see that kind of hole that has opened up beneath you. There's like a hatch that kind of leads down to the cave where you parked the Spelljammer initially, but has since been moved throughout the length of the island to this position. You remember feeling the rumblings beneath your feet as it slid into place. And she says, we should climb down and we'll need full view of the vessel. And I would suggest that you all climb into it, or at least come into contact with it. That way the connection can be made and maintained. Well, it only needs to be maintained upon the initial casting of the ritual. Afterward, you're free to move about as you wish. It shouldn't take very long. But essentially, what we are doing is we are... think of it as healing. Think of it as your Spelljammer as at 0 health. Is very bad shape, and we are funneling our magic and our life energies into it to bring it up to 100%. And then that should be enough to create the bond that will result in whatever benefits that they may result in. This is no way to say for sure. I can say for certain that your Spelljammer, whatever damage it has received upon finishing the ritual, that damage will have been reversed. So that's always good news, which was the intended purpose. And then there may be other benefits that you will all slowly discover as time goes on.
Very interesting.
And when you're climbing down, well, she starts climbing down, and you see she kind of descends into darkness as like when you were initially in that cave and cavern, the light was filtering in because it was essentially cut out of the underside of this massive floating island. So the light from the the sky and the ambient lights in the atmosphere was kind of funneling in, and it allows you to see this time as you're going down into it, you can see that that opening has been cut off, and it is incredibly dark down underneath as you're climbing down, and you can see the ship. You can't see the ship here, but you can see the ship is like stationed about where this massive Loch Ness monster is, which also doesn't exist. You can see the ship is kind of like just hanging out there. Doesn't appear to be anything going on. And she's like walks around to what appears to be a platform, like a stone natural kind of balcony that is just over the deck of the ship. And it's about through the midline, about halfway down the length of the ship, so she can kind of see the whole thing, and she starts to cast this ritual, and you can see her pulling out of a sack a bunch of these just what seem like innocuous natural products, right? Just bits of nature, and she kind of throws them into the air, and they form these glowing sigils, and then kind of dissipate, spread, and you can see different parts of the ship start to light up with this like sigil or rune that is floating around the edges of the ship.
Are these like similar runes to what we would see from when like a normal spell jamming is happening, or are these different ones, or could we tell?
There are no runes happening when like normal spell jamming is happening. Okay. I don't think you would have ever seen runes like this before. They are not really of the arcane. They are like a more primal kind of magic, clearly sigils in it.
Okay. Sorry, I thought there was runes that were on the Spelljamming hum when we first got on it, but maybe I was mistaken.
Yeah, there are runes on the helm, but they don't like glow or anything, and these do not look like those. But there aren't any like magical runes that show. Those are like carved into the different like fixtures and fittings of it, but no, these are very different kind of things. More it's similar to like casting of a spell. It's just runes and things like that you've never seen before. They seem to have a like etymological origin that feels similar to Sylvan, right? Like the style of character, but it isn't in a language that you can understand. So as she is doing these things, casting this ritual here, you can see it. You can barely see here. It's very dark. Does anybody want to like light a torch or something, or light up things so you can find your way around the place? Those of you with dark vision, you can kind of see, but it's kind of pitch black in this space.
I'll light a torch.
Beautiful. And she did say to either climb over into the ship or like come into physical contact with it. You can see a place where you can kind of climb into the ship, and like it looks as if the stone wall of the cave or the wall of this cavern, a platform growing out of it, similar to the one that she's standing on, is over on the other side. You can kind of walk around it, and the lip of it extends just over the ship. So you could walk around and jump on that way, or you can kind of lean out and kind of press your hand against it, the hull of it on the underside, if you want to get a little close to it. Let me know where you want to go. If you want to go onto the ship or just come into contact with the ship, it's up to you.
Ing would like to see what's happening, so he would hop onto the ship. But as he's walking by, I don't know if it's just a artistic choice, but he notices something that looks like a living creature kind of laying in the middle there, or is that just plant growth? He can't tell because it's dark, unless his brother's lit a torch.
That creature is where that would be plant growth, but that would be where the ship is. You can't really see it obviously because there is no ship here, but that is about where the ship is.
He kind of sees it, and he's like getting like that, being in the dark, like, oh my god, like seeing something, like there's a monster down here, and when Ohm turns on his torch, oh, it's just plants. And he pops up, on the share.
You kind of run around, hop into the ship. You have that kind of middle section, which is a little lower than the upper deck, all of it being the upper deck. Where would you like to go? Kind of the front, the back by the wheel, or in the middle somewhere where it's like
In the middle.
hanging out. Cool. Beautiful
Kestis
stuff.
would
Go
walk
ahead.
towards Kestis would walk towards the ship and kind of put his hand up to place it on like the hull of the ship. But before he does, he would kind of stop back and look at Terrestrian, just kind of thinking about what she had said about, healing during the process. Any flying bits or bits of danger that we should be worried about in terms of positioning ourselves on the ship here?
And Sebastian, you can see she's kind of focused there, doing her things, her eyes glowing a little bit. She doesn't like turn and look at you, but she kind of leans forward and says, no, I don't expect that anything will explode in the traditional sense. Like if things go bottom up, as they say, if things go bottoms up, we will all likely be just annihilated by the power of the magic itself. So, anywhere, if you want to touch it, you should be fine. There probably isn't anything to worry about. And you can kind of see a place where it's like the ridge that you climb down onto kind of lowers a little bit. And then like this ramp kind of goes down and curves around to the front end of the ship. And that seems to be the only place where you can see that is easy to stand on and also press your hand up against the hull of the ship. But it is look like lower than everybody. You're kind of down on the bottom half of the hull, kind of pushing your hand up.
Yeah,
If you wanted
Kestis
to go
would
there,
have
you could do that.
That's perfect. Yeah, Kestis would just have a specific interest in paying attention to like seeing the energy flow through the ship as the ritual goes on and seeing how that energy heals the ship.
Absolutely, yeah. No, big. You can see a couple from where you're standing. You can see a couple of holes from where you were hit with the cannonballs before. You can see the wood in the hull is scorched, seared by the lightning that was coming off of it, as well as the massive hole that it put into the ship. Luckily, not a water vessel, so it could work in the water, but you're not typically traveling in water. So the holes don't really matter that much. You going with your brother, or
yeah,
you going,
I was waiting for everybody to finish. I'm gonna go. I'm holding the torch still, so I'm gonna actually pull my long sword as well. I didn't want to pull my palm pistol. Don't want to risk anything, going off and causing any kind of rock slide or anything,
Sure.
So I'm gonna go basically with my brother as basically not just his protector, but like just pulling my sword just to make sure. But I don't trust anything that's going on right now, so I'm sticking close to him because he knows what's going on and I don't.
Good.
You
Yeah.
walk up and
Also,
he just has his notebook out, getting ready to put some notes as he watches.
he would have walked with you as it is mad dark, and you wouldn't have been able to make it.
Yeah.
But yes, as he kind of is walking back to your space, he can see you with your notebook out, doing things. Zaltik.
So yeah, I was just gonna follow after Kestis and go position myself not too far away from where he's at, and just as I position myself, you can tell that I'm just hesitantly putting my hand on the ship as I'm not so sure about all this life-taking business.
Sure. You'll be down there with Kestis. You can see down there a place to kind of hang out, and Claire will kind of hang out up here next to Terrestrian. Kestis, you're down there in like pitch black. You can't really see anything. Claire is gonna send some dancing lights down there with you.
Oh, well, thank you.
Just like pitch black, you know what I'm saying? And so then the ritual starts. And
Ah, Ing will don his armor just in case.
Just in case. Sure. So the ritual kind of starts, and she says, "Now, for any of you, this will kind of it's a thing that we have to do in segments. Whatever it is that you can do to help, if you want to funnel your magical energies and things, it will be greatly appreciated. Someone will need to be skilled in Arcana." That will kind of be the final decision, so to speak, to see where we are during the ritual. So, who of you would you say are the most skilled in Arcana? I would imagine that it is you, the smart GIF.
Yes,
With
I
the
have quite a bit of
glasses.
skill as an artificer. However, Claire is, as a cleric has quite a far more than Mia would say, and Kestis also has a fair amount. There are 3 of us here that could equally assist.
Brother, you sell yourself
Yes.
short for sure. Don't listen to him. He's the smartest one of them here. He's got
That's
this.
not what she asked, brother. She asked about arcane, and she's not intelligence.
Well, kind of. That is what I'm asking. The Arcana itself is a kind of a different thing, whereas the many of us will be able to. Well, the many of you, I have to focus on the thing that I am trying to do. But yes, Miss Claire can provide the arcane energies, but to kind of assist with directing how those energies are manipulated is what I'm looking for. So, and essentially, she's describing someone to make an Arcana check, which,
Yes,
Claire can
yes.
absolutely do it. But
I
I can do it if no one else is comfortable.
I
That
will.
kind of thing. So, well, not you won't do it now. Slow down.
Okay.
Slow down.
I
So-
can also do it too.
What I would suggest is that there will be a point during certain moments during the ritual that I will need assistance in guiding the arcane energies. Those of you all who would like to help fuel the ritual, you can do all that now. So how it's going to work, mechanically speaking, is we will take it kind of round by round. You will decide like how much of your spell energy and or hit die you would like to spend, and that will make the DC for the Arcana check lower, and the amount of healing, quote unquote, that will be done higher. Why not just give you what I have?
Kestis is going to give up 1 first level spell and 1 second level spell, and he'll also give up 1 hit
Well,
dice.
one at a time.
Oh.
Yeah, because for one round you can essentially you're casting a spell into the ritual,
sorry.
right?
I thought
So,
you were
yeah.
saying how much resources inside do you want to spend it. Okay, I'll give up 1 second level spell to start.
So this will kind of be, you'll see in the Discord, you can see the mechanics as I have created them. Well, that's not entirely right. But hold on. This is inaccurate. Forgive me.
It disappeared. I know.
It'll be like that essentially. So it'll be an Arcana check. It'll start DC 20, and then for every spell level, it'll go down 2, and the healing will go up 2d6. Right, so you got to bring it from 0 to 100 hit points, potency. And every round, the Arcana check will be when that kind of happens.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? I know it's weird and probably doesn't make any sense, but
makes
essentially what
sense.
you will do on your turn is you will decide if you want to dump any spell level or hit die into it. And then and for hit die, you can do more than one at a time, right? You can be like, I can dump all these many hit die. You can do that if you want to. Essentially, it's like casting a higher level spell if you have it. And then I guess Ing will make the Arcana check at the end of that round to see how much healing gets done.
Yes. Sounds good.
Beautiful. So with that said, Kestis, you say you're dumping a second level spell slot?
Yes, sir.
Beautiful stuff.
I'm dumping a hit dice.
Okay, good stuff. So that is 1, 2, that is 3 so far. And you can see the magical energy starting to kind of swirl as you guys are focusing your attention. You can feel the life as you kind of like forfeit. You can see the magical energy swirling out from Terrestrian, kind of imbuing the Spelljammer, and then the Spelljammer almost amplifying it. And you're noticing that the magic that you're seeing kind of looks like Wildspace itself. When you look off into the distance, you can see all of the different colors of light kind of flowing through the air. In Wildspace, it kind of looks like that, but a little fainter, a little weaker, and it is spreading out, and you can see it kind of reaching out and going into you, and then circling back into the ship. And you can hear Claire kind of say, "Oh, this." Something happening, guys. It's the Spelljammers. That's a lot of energy that you're building up. It's and she kind of like chuckles a little bit as it seems to be exciting, maybe. So far we have 3. Zaltik, what are you doing? You dumping some hit dice? What do you want to do?
Yeah,
Do you have any questions?
dump it. No, I think I understand how this works.
Beautiful.
But I'll just contribute a hit die.
Okay.
I love how you didn't tell us about this until after the short rest. Sneaky, sneaky, DM.
I don't know. I guess so. Good stuff. That's Ing. Ing, what would you like to do?
Yeah, I don't have many hit dice left, and I don't have many spell slots left. So, either way, he will use the first level spell slot.
Sure.
In order to assist.
Beautiful stuff. So, anybody did not do anything? No, everybody got it. Beautiful. It looks like that is 5. So that brings the DC down to 10. Right. So you will be able to make that check. That adds it starts at 2d6. We're adding 10d6 to this roll, so that's 12d6 total with a DC 10. So you make an Arcana check, DC 10, and the ritual will be healed, quote unquote, by 12d6. And I'll roll the d6. Don't worry about that.
Oh, can Okubier add some hit points?
Hit points? No, he doesn't have hit dice, right? No.
Right.
Yeah, so no.
Okay.
What can Alcubier do at this time?
There's really
help him with the Arcana check.
I don't know.
That's the same.
I'm not
Probably
sure.
not same thing.
Yeah.
It's only on saving throws. You said. Yeah.
The help action.
But no, it would be
Yeah.
no. Help is with checks, but I'm not sure how. Well, how would Alcubier help with the Arcana? He's kind of like.
Well, he
if
is.
you can give me a way that
he is
can do
magical by creation. That's what he is. He's a magical creation. And arcane energy kind of flows through him as it is. So kind of like a golden compass to dust, kind of traveling through your daemon. You know, me and Alcubier are connected. So he's kind of adding his.
What does he do though? He's more of an extension of your capabilities. Him being an extension of your capabilities doesn't really assist you with.
Right. I mean, he's an owl
with a mental
other than
kind of
flapping
process.
his wings and there's not much he can do.
He can perceive. He can kind of check the. You can have him check the area so that you can concentrate on making the Arcana check. Right? We can if that's enough of a stretch. That feels like a good enough stretch for me. Give me an Alcubier perception check. DC 10, you will have advantage on the roll, although the DC for the Arcana check is already 10. So unless you really need it, but
Nat 20 on his perception check.
Yes. So there you go. So yes. So that's huge. You have advantage on the Arcana check, and he may even see some things. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Arcana check coming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah. Is that you? That's it right there. Beautiful stuff. 22. Massive roll. Not a nat, but still a massive roll. 22 easily beats the DC of 10. Doubles it, right? And then some. Yeah, fuck it, why not? Doubles it. You double the DC. We'll add another 2d6 onto it. So that'll be 14d6 of healing. Remember, you're going from 0 to 100, guys, right? So we will not make this. We'll make this a public roll, and you will see precisely how 50 right off the back. Just jump out the window with 50. Beautiful stuff.
On a total aside, do we have stats for our ship? Like, do we have a stat block
yes.
for our ship?
Yes.
Somewhere?
There is a ship stat block here.
If you go into the actors under PCs.
No, it's not there now. It's gone.
Oh, it was there before.
It was there, yes.
Because it's not on though.
Yeah, it's not
okay.
there now.
I'm just curious.
Yes, there are ship stat blocks, and they will be made available, when needed in ship. But right now, they are not there. So, with that, 50 right off of the gate, you feel real great. You can see the magic swelling up into us. You say, "Oh, you guys are good at this. Incredible. I hope you all didn't blow your load out of the gates. We are almost done. Halfway there," she says, and yeah, it was kind of crazy. Out the gate, huge. I love when you dump those resources, guys. So you can see around you, the ship is kind of glowing a little bit, like this faint glow, and you can feel you can kind of feel this connection to the ship. It's almost like, it feels almost like there is a tether kind of that is wrapping around your midsection, and it's not really pulling or yanking, but you just feel this gentle kind of tug in the direction of the ship. Those of you standing on it, you can feel it kind of tugging you down. You just feel grounded, rooted to the ship in this strange, magical way. And those of you on the outside of it can kind of feel it pulling you toward the hull. And you hear Claire kind of shout out like, I think that's working. That's pretty crazy. That happens. And then round 2. No, stop. Alcubierre is flying around, kind of just circling around the place, right? Getting a good look at stuff. It doesn't really see anything too concerning. And then kind of far off to the side, he notices something that is like is uncomfortably close to where Kestis and Zaltik are. And you kind of get Alcubierre making whatever the alert sounds are. It seems to just barely see, and it would not have seen if it wasn't a natural 20, but it seems to just barely see this like scorpion kind of arachnid creature that is like sideways up against a kind of the wall there that is between the ship, the wall that is on the other side of the hull from where Zaltik and Kestis are. It's on the other side, but it's like kind of like up against the wall, hidden in a crevice, kind of like a spider in the corner of the room kind of situation. And as this excitement is kind of kicking off, Alcubierre noticed that it started to like move a little bit, kind of just against the wall, and it doesn't seem to be moving hostily yet, but it's definitely just woke up and is like looking around, trying to figure out what the situation is. You can see these, Alcubierre sees these massive claws coming off of the front of it, and what appears to be not really like a tail, but like two little wisps coming off the back of it as they are sticking up into the air, almost like antennae off the back of its body.
Sure. I assume we're all within earshot of each other.
Yeah, no, you can all, and it's a big kind of empty cavern, so you can all hear each other do everything if you want to.
All right, so Ing's standing on the deck. The energies are kind of flowing around, and He's wearing his armor. The glow of the energy is kind of glinting off him here and there. He's looking at his notebook, and Akubier comes back to him. He's like, What? Excuse me? What? Oh. Kestis, Zeltic, there's something there on the wall. Miss Trestian, there's something crawling up. This is disturbing.
And you hear kind of Terrestrian say, "Oh, yes, no, that is very disturbing. I would imagine that if it's one of the creatures that live in the cave, we probably should have scouted this place before we started doing this. That's my fault. I am very sorry."
Oh, Lord.
Wonderful.
I can't really stop what we're doing now. We might all die, so I have to at least focus. That some of you can certainly go off and take care of it if it becomes hostile, but I need to maintain, and we do have to finish this. So, translating to, somebody's going to have to make an Arcana check at the end of each round to determine how much healing gets done. And you can choose, to go ahead.
Sorry, Ing says, he stays where he's like, I will remain here with you if the rest can take care of what that is.
Yes, well, you did say that you were, not really using your spell energies, so, I wonder if there's a way for you to do both. I don't know. I guess someone else can make the check. You guys decide. And you see her kind of focusing there, almost like holding this spell energy, looking like Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. It seems she's kind of struggling against these rings of what looks like wild space that are kind of like emitting out from the ship, just pulsing out. And then she's like holding it together, and you all can feel this like push and pull of this energies among you. It's not really moving you, but you just kind of feel this general state of push and pull, almost like being on a ship at sea, right? That kind of rocking. You just feel this general state of push and pull constantly. So the creature has not attacked anybody yet. It may. Who knows what's going to happen? But nothing has happened yet. Doesn't seem to be getting closer. None of you see it. Only Alcubier kind of saw it. If anybody wants to move around and take a look to see where it is, you can do that. You don't have to maintain contact with the ship. You only needed to be touching it in the beginning. Start of a new round. What does everybody want to do?
I'll throw in one more hit die.
Sure. You don't want to try and go shoot the creature that might attack your friends? It's not doing it now, but it might.
He kind of looks at everyone. He's like, I would prepare yourselves in case that thing moves.
You can dump a hit die and
hold an action
turn as normal.
Okay.
Yeah. But you will have to reposition yourself to get a shot on it. And I could, obviously you can't see where anything is right now, but you're with Ing in the middle of the ship, and where it is kind of off the front deck kind of thing.
Yeah, remember though, I also have a torch and sword out right now. So what would I need? It would be an action to put it away and put the sword away and pull the pistol out, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you could just throw the sword on the floor and pull the pistol out.
Oh, that's true. Okay, so I'll do that.
You could do that.
And then hold the action.
You dumping a hit die?
I'm dumping the hit die. I'm also throwing my sword on the deck of the ship, pulling out my palm pistol and repositioning and holding an attack with that palm pistol on that creature if it makes any kind of aggressive
so you run
moves.
You run up, you kind of run up the stairs, you get as far as you can get to the edge, to the deck. Looking down, you can see it's a little lower than the deck of the ship, but it is up against the far, that little cavern wall there that it drops down, and you can see kind of goes down and around the front hall, would lead to your friends there. It is pointing in the direction to travel toward where your friends are, but it doesn't seem to be moving just yet, and you're waiting to see if it moves or if it moves aggressively.
Makes an aggressive action, yes.
Okay. All right. Beautiful.
Correct.
So that is happening there. Who else? What's next?
Ing, I have a question as far as donating to help.
Please.
Would I be able to donate one of my features, my Guardian Armor Defensive Field, because with that, I have 3 of those uses, and they give me temporary hit points. So could I expend one of those usages to help in the assistance of this?
No, I don't think so. I can't think of any way to make it really work, because it's not like you're not really pulling from your own life energy, and you're not really pulling from your spell energy. That's like a kind of a different thing. So no, I don't think that would be. You can still do it if you want to and make your Arcana check, like just so you can have it, but it wouldn't assist with the ritual specifically.
Yeah, I was just trying to see if there was,
Yep.
Since I'm expending a resource, I thought maybe. Okay. Well, no, I guess he'll throw one of the last 2 hit dice he has.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, you don't have to do it, right? Like you guys.
I know,
you can
but
see that
I've been rolling high. If I roll a 2 on my Arcana check,
it'll be bad. It'll be bad. So this is so 1 hit die.
Yes.
Beautiful.
And also,
so
and he also does kind of pull out his pistol in the meantime too, and prepares an action if that creature is hostile and comes to attack us, any of us.
Gets close to you.
Shoot. Yeah.
Yeah, because like where you are,
not just gets close. If it's hostile,
you could see,
if it's going to do something, a hostile action.
So from where you are, you can't see it. So because like you're like in the middle deck, and then it's kind of out toward the front deck there. But you could see if it goes to attack you would be able to see it then, and you could take a shot at it. Or if something comes to attack you, you could take a shot at that. But from where you are, and then where Kestis and Zaltic are, there is no shot there. You can't even see them. You can't see where it would be. But
I'll just 1 minute because I'm not moving. So
you could move if you wanted to. No.
Well,
you could
no,
move
because I don't want to attack it just if it gets close. I want to attack it if it does a hostile action. And if I move, I'll see Ohm, but I won't. I can't. There's no way I can move where I can see everybody.
You could move to where it is. Well, you can move to the deck, to the front of the deck, and then you'll be able to see from where you are. You could move up to about where Ohm is, and then you'd be able to see it if it decides to like dash and attack your friends. You can't really see your friends, but you can see it well enough to like. If it's going to,
I'll do that then. He'll walk up by Ohm, have his pistol out and ready to see if it makes any hostile movements.
Yeah, and then Alcubierre is kind of returned to you.
So
he
came
that
back to me,
happens.
So he's sitting on my shoulder.
Beautiful. Anybody else? Anything? You could have Alcubierre go fly around the creature if you wanted to.
That's what I was thinking
help
about
action.
next,
That's
but I didn't.
Your bonus
but
action.
I didn't know if because I was going to
might take it as an act of hostility.
No, I was going to use that for my Arcana check, meaning like he was going to go by that thing to make sure it's not moving while I do my Arcana check as a help action.
The Arcana check is not really part of your turn, but yeah, if you wanted to do the perception check again, you can do that. Yeah. Okay. Or do you want it to go near the creature, or do you want it?
If those are 2 separate things, then I'll have it fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can have it fly at a distance, not super close, but just kind of circle it.
Right. Yeah.
Keep an eye on it, see what's going on.
Just in case, to alert it while you're focusing on the Arcana check, it will alert you if it takes like a hostile action, and then you'll be able to bust off the shot. That works for me. Who's next?
I think Kestis in this situation would like to cast Speak with Animals. And
so sure, you can do that. Speak with Animals does require you to like see the creature. You don't see it. Like you don't see it because it's on the other side of the hull. For Speak with Animals was to be useful to you, and you also don't know if it's an animal or not. You kind of got like a description of something that kind of looks like an insect, but that can be anything. And Kestis, being a monster hunter, would know that could be anything.
That's super fair. And you said that we could still dump a hit die as essentially a free action?
Yes.
Okay. I think Kestis would probably try and move away from the ship directly and potentially to like a little bit of a higher ground. Wouldn't go on the ship, but would have his rifle out, and would be holding. I'm going to say he would be holding Speak with Animals, and the trigger for that would be if it looks like it would be something that would be likely to work, like an animal that would be receptive.
You could do that, but then if it isn't an animal that's receptive, you kind of waste that spell because you have to cast it to like hold it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can do it. That is an option for you, but I just want you to know what are the risks of you doing that.
I see what you're saying. Actually, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go over before I run up and try and get high ground. Castus will just go over to Zoltik, give him a pat on the shoulder, and just say, "You got this," and cast guidance on him. And then he's gonna run up and try and get some high ground with his rifle out.
Guidance is specifically for skill checks. Are you worried about him having to make a skill check of some kind?
No, it's just a cantrip that I can use in this situation.
If you have a spell slot, you can dump it into the ritual to lower the DC of the Arcana check and boost the healing that it does. You can still do that.
I'm gonna hold my spells in case we need to defend ourselves.
Okay.
But I will dump a
good
hit
stuff. Good stuff. So that is done. As far as movement, you can move back away from the ship because like where you're standing is you can either climb up to get onto the ship, or you can move back away from the ship. It'll take you up an incline, and then you'll be able to see this creature that everybody's concerned about. You can move, and then you can decide what you want to do after that if you want to.
Okay, yeah, I do want to move backwards.
Sure. That'll happen. You move back. Because of Ohm's torchlight, you can see this creature that is kind of hanging out there. Doesn't look like any beast you've ever seen before, but I think, well, let me see how much. 1, 2, 3, and to get where you were, it took you about 15 feet of movement. So you got another 15 to use if you want to. But you can see the creature. It doesn't look like any beast that you've ever seen. It could be a beast. I don't think you would really know. Give me a nature check if you want to find out.
Sure.
That's a great
16.
roll there with a 16. You can't be certain, but you're leaning more toward like not beast with a 16.
All right. I think that he will still have his rifle out, and that'll be the end of his turn.
And I think you also with a 16, you being a monster hunter, you would recognize that this thing clearly doesn't have any eyes. It is clearly an ambush predator, and when it strikes fast. So you don't know anything else about it though. You've never seen this kind of a creature before. It looks kind of like a spider, maybe scorpion without a tail kind of situation. It's weird, but you don't know too much about it.
Good to know. All right.
So that is a hit die from you. So that is 3. So you guys got up to 3 levels here. Claire, I think, is going to. She's like, yeah, I think I should help. She's got a whole bunch of fucking spells here. So we're gonna blow one of these hoes. 3rd level spell. Real quick, that'll be 3 more of those things. Bang, bang, bang. We're up to 6. That is probably going to finish this thing off. We will see what happens in a moment. Zoltik, what would you like to do?
So, I don't have any more hit dice, so I'm just gonna go follow Kestis and see if I can find this. See if I can spot this creature that everybody is. That I've been
Easily.
Yeah.
You can definitely do that. You'll back up with Kestis. You'll see. You can see. You can see the creature in front of you. Would you like to be? Would you like to be in front of Kestis, between him and the creature, or put Kestis between you and the creature?
I'll just go right.
I don't know why you give Spencer that choice, because you know what it's going to be, right?
What is the? What's
I know.
your saying,
I'll
Spencer?
just go right in front.
Oh, surprising.
All right, big shit. Big shit. Look at you. Look at this guy called you a coward. You heard him? I heard it. as Claire kind of, this is an expensive one, guys, but we should probably get this done soon, kind of funnels this 3rd level spell slide. You can feel the ritual kind of bolstering that Arcana check. You can see the runes. They're almost like translating in front of you as Terrestrian is like, that should make it easier for you to understand what to do next. Oh, shit, girl, please. Warn me next time. As this energy kind of pulses out, you can all feel it. The Spelljammer actually rocks in place a little bit, and she's, oh, that's Claire kind of says that's not really, I didn't mean to do all of that. And Alcubierre clocks another one of these creatures.
Oh shit.
That is climbing up from underneath the ship. It's kind of far away from you. But Alcubierre with the owl eyes and the dark vision just barely notices it as it climbs over the deck and onto where you were standing before and are no longer standing now, luckily.
There's another
Pincer's
one!
kind of
It's on the ship! By the way, he doesn't turn his head. He's
Pincer's
kind of
kind of
transfixed
grabbing.
by these runes, like Criminal Minds, are just kind of just in front
Yeah.
of his face.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I believe that's everybody then. Zaltic, no hit die. You just kind of stand back. Zaltic, this is still your turn. You standing there, you're looking at it. Would you like to do anything? Are you holding? You got bonus actions, all kinds of rogue shit. What would you like to do?
I think I'll just. I see everybody else, or at least Custis, still holding a action against it. So I'm just going to hold and be ready to throw throw one of my blades at it.
Beautiful stuff. I love it.
Can I shift my hold action to the one that's on the ship?
That's it. That's the thing about hold actions, right? The triggers are very specific. So the trigger was if it makes a hostile action, I'll say yes. If this creature gets within, so you can't. Can you see it though? I guess is the question. You can't quite see it, because Ohm's torch doesn't quite go
The
far
light,
enough
okay.
out. Alcubierre just saw it, but you do know where it's coming from. So when it gets close to you, you can release that action. Absolutely. Well, yeah, I'll go ahead and say that that's the case. And that is if it happens before your next turn. I'm going to ask everybody to roll initiative for me, please.
Oh shit!
Just in case things get sticky. We'll see what happens.
The stickiest of the ickies.
Oh,
I don't know why it rolled twice.
Do you have advantage for some reason?
No.
Yeah, that's weird. I clicked it normal
did
and it rolled twice for me as
for-
well.
Yeah, me too.
Is everything happening here? What? The
Yeah, mine did the
Yeah.
same thing.
Let's see. There's no active combat
Forge-
encounter
Forge might be
currently
going through
viewed
some shit.
seen is what it said for me. I can't even roll. Let me try refreshing mine.
There's two Zaltecs too.
I'll also refresh mine.
Two of everybody's.
Okay, I see what happened. Okay, all right. So things are getting a little nuts because of the because of the way how the initiative thing was set up. All right, that's fine. No big deal. You should be able to roll
Mine
now.
rolled twice too.
So roll again.
And we'll just give you we'll give you the high one. Which so I mean yours aren't very high to begin with.
Poor Zelda. Sand pork.
Zaltic and I rolled 4 dice together, and nobody rolled over a 10.
Yeah.
That's bonkers.
I actually rolled
See, you're
decently
cursed
well,
by standing
oddly
right
enough,
beside
for
me.
it.
It's
It's
a problem.
rolling twice for the DM too. Look at that. And the DM as well.
There's two creatures.
Oh, I only see one.
But
not on the
this
map
is
yet.
this is
Oh, okay.
strange. I think what I'm going to do, I also cannot for some reason it won't let me add any more dice to my dice tray thing. So I'm going to refresh and hopefully Forge doesn't kill us all. Right? That feels
Okay.
sound good.
You mean in real life, right? It's actually
Who knows?
Skyrim.
Who
Do you
knows?
want to take? Do you want to take
Right.
a break
Break.
right now while you?
Yeah,
Since
we
we're
might
finishing
as
it?
well.
Yeah, why not? Right? Yeah, why not? 10-minute break, guys. Intermission. We'll figure this thing out at the start of combat. There, everybody, go do things that you got to do.
All right, and we're back.
Somebody
See
fill in
if
the
it rolls
dishwasher.
once.
Thank you, Fernando
So
Carmago, Piera, for subscribing. Thank you.
what we can do, coming back in here, you're at that point, you feel real good about it. Claire dumping a 3rd level spell, the ritual just blazing with what again, it looks like wild magic, almost looks like you're looking into the aurora borealis that is just swirling into you, out of you, swirling into the ship, swirling out around you. And you can see Terrestrian up on the balcony, those of you who can see, just trying to fix all of the runes. And every once in a while, you'll see just a little rune kind of fly out toward you and just translate into something that you can use. And now at the end of that second round, you see creatures crawling up around. Just start pushing. Exactly. You see creatures, these strange pale white scorpion arachnid like creatures with these massive pincers come crawling up over the deck of the ship and crawling along the cavern face. Well, one's hanging out there, he's not really moving, but you can see the 2 wisps hanging off on the back of his tail that are kind of flicking, one of them flicking in Ohm and Ing's direction, the other one kind of flicking over in Zaltik and Kestis' direction, and it just seems to be like just almost like the snake of a tongue. They're just kind of whisking the air and
It's
flicking
not
in
aggressive?
directions.
Is it aggressive?
The
or is
the
it...
one that you're looking at it's not making any aggressive action.
Okay.
It doesn't seem to be like charging forward or snipping or anything like that. But it seems to be it's a weird fucking creature. I'm not sure if you even will be able to tell what it's doing, but make an insight check. Let's see what happens. In the meantime, Ing, you can make your Arcana check as you are trying to assist Terrestrian with this thing that's happening here. Yeah, it's a weird looking white scorpion monster thing. You don't know what the fuck is up,
So
and you're
Ing's
just waiting
standing
for
at
it to
the
step
desk.
too fast in one direction.
Those energies are flowing all around. They're glinting off his armor, and you can see him looking at the runes. He's got his gun out. He's got it pointed behind him, looking at. And he looks back at the runes. And he thinks he's got them lined up as best as he can, and then you see his the glowy eyes of his armor close, and he starts to bring his fist up to the runes. And we'll do the Arcana check.
You hear Terrestrian say, "Now, do it! You have it!"
Oh yeah. Do I have Alcubier do another perception check to give me advantage, or no?
Have Alcubier do an insight check, because now I think the perception he sees both of them, but this is the one he's trying to figure out if this creature is going to do something, right? And it's weird, it's kind of weird, but yeah, have him do an insight check. DC
Sure.
still 10.
So
if he
that,
succeeds on it, you will
Alcubier!
get advantage.
The bird swoops around, and comes
Flying around,
low.
yep.
We're looking at a point of view of his view as he's coming in closer to Scorpion.
Sure.
Insight check. Alcubier. 16.
Beautiful. So you definitely get advantage on the roll. Now, how close does Alcubier get to this creature?
He realized the importance of what's happening, so he's kind of doing a dive where he's getting in like right within 5 feet and then trying to swoop back up again.
Okay. All right. Good stuff. So, Alcubier kind of dives down toward this creature, streaking in. You kind of hear the mechanical wings flapping as they clink, 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 kind of hum as it's flying down, and then turns to fly away. Definitely sees it. You get Alcubier makes the insight check. Can't really read the creature, just doesn't quite know how to read this creature, except for the instance where it turns quickly and you can see it shoot this strange filament out of its mouth directly at Alcubier, who gets within 5 feet. It slams onto him. It kind of sticks. You can see Alcubier trying to fly away, is unable to make any progress. I think that feels hostile.
That feels
that
aggressive
triggers
to
it.
me, yeah.
All right,
Even though it wasn't his fault.
Let me do the Arcana check, and then I'll do the
It's
attack,
definitely
and then
a
I'll roleplay
defensive
it, and then I'll
action.
role play it all out.
I think a bunch of us
Okay.
get little.
Arcana check
You and I
first.
both will get an attack on that one, I think.
Wow.
Oh my
Back-to-back
God.
4s.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
It was a DC 8
Oh,
because of
thank
how
God.
much energy you guys dumped into it, expelling
Yeah,
most
but
of
I have
your spell
7,
slots.
so it's 11.
So it makes it an 11.
that's what I mean. Yeah, we know
Clean,
that.
clean break. A full success, 14d6 of healing here. You have 50 points left. 47. Wow. 47 points of healing, 3 points left, 97 total, guys. You feel good about it, but there is going to be at least one more Arcana check. Somebody else can make it. The DC starts at 20. As you guys know, you have different ways that you can do to work it down, but now we kind
you want me
of
to
start
take my
things off.
Held action
The both of
while
you,
I was doing
yes. The both of you, but before you do that, I just want you to kind of see the situation as it is here.
Oh, perfect.
And then maybe you'll do like
Is it considered large or is it bigger than large? It's large, right?
It's definitely large.
It's large. Okay, perfect. That's all I needed. There's because there's stuff larger than large, right? Bigger than large.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, that's what. Okay.
Yes.
That's
Huge and
Perfect.
and gargantuan.
Gargantuan. Ooh. All right,
Yeah.
it's only large. Excellent.
Yes, but it's only large.
Let's not undersell large, because that's literally the size of a dragon.
Yeah.
4 squares.
Yeah.
A lot of creatures.
Yeah.
So with that, you two release your attacks.
All right.
Zaltik, were you holding an action? Did you get to finish your turn last time? I completely
Yeah,
forgot.
I held my psychic blade ranged attack against.
Until a hostile action. So then, yeah, this would
Yes.
also count. You can see it as it shoots this web off, even though it was prompted and it's acting defensively. You guys don't care because you're murder hobos. You can go ahead. You can choose whether or not you go ahead and release your action as well. You should be able to see it. You can target it. Go ahead and roll your things. And
Now
things
hold
will
on, he
happen.
webbed my owl. I don't consider
He
that
definitely
murder
did.
hobos.
Your owl flew into his space in his home where he's chilling at, and then he got webbed. Yes, that's what happened.
Yeah, so I guess it's a personally. So if we're walking down the street, we get within 5 feet of someone, we're expected to get punched in the face. That's what you're saying. Okay, I got you. I understand.
That's a fair twist of the scenario. Absolutely. Yeah. Yep. You can. Someone will let you get away with that. I won't.
I don't agree with this
But
twist.
It's
I'm
not- yeah,
also
it's
though.
not
Hold
to-
on, I'm using because I did hit. I'm gonna use trip attack.
okay.
I'm letting him go first because I was got to RP what happened when I did. So I'm gonna let him get there first.
So
It's becoming more and more apparent that you all are American.
do- What? Why?
Nothing?
Why?
Not you.
Oh, okay.
Well, it was obviously apparent that you're not, so that's okay. It's fine. We're good.
Oh, jeez. Oh boy. The creature must make a strength saving throw, DC 15.
Trip
Why?
attack.
Because the
Strength save.
Canadian was the only one that died. Maybe that's why. I don't know.
Wow. Too soon, Junior.
Too soon. Beautiful stuff happens here. It looks like psychic blade hits. Describe for me what happens. No. Wait, actually, I believe Alcubierre counts as an ally, which is the weirdest thing. Let me just double check.
He does.
something.
He needs to be in the combat tracker.
No. He goes on your turn. You do whatever you want to do on your turn with him. But
Okay.
My question here is more about sneak attack.
Gotcha. Yeah, he counts as ally. And if he's webbed, he's right there, 5 feet.
Ooh, yes.
he's there at 5 feet.
Fuck that thing up.
But I was friendly to you and your companions. Yeah, that is technically what an ally
Ooh,
is.
get a
So
sneak
within
attack,
5 feet, you
look
get
at
sneak attack on that one there. Spence Zaltik. So go ahead and roll your sneak attack damage as well. As you can see your blade streaking through the air. Strength save is a 23. I'm assuming it's a natural 20. So even if it, for some reason, your DC was higher than that, he would succeed anyway. Because I like it that way. You roll the die though, or you roll the D8. You do the extra damage still, but yeah.
Sneak attack.
It doesn't seem to trip the on your trip
Aw.
attack. Yeah.
You
So roll your d8 to get the extra damage.
Alright.
You see the shot kind of
Jesus
slam
Christ.
into a leg. You can see it almost like drops down, but all of the other legs are still fastened to the side of this cavern, helping it maintain.
Oh well.
Yo, every little bit counts, yo. All right.
It does.
One
I
point,
know.
it's
I know.
every little bit counts.
So wait, you did say you rolled a sneak attack, right?
Yeah.
Multiple times.
Cool.
Jesus. Big 11 points of damage on this creature. You are loving it.
Excellent, Bugman.
Okay, so Ing, let me roll his attack first, and then we will go from there. Where am I? There I am.
Light on me, guys. Spotlight, please. Here. Hey, where's my light?
Oh
Ooh,
my god.
that's unfortunate.
Jesus.
So he's so
That is
so Ing
not a
it's-
pistol.
I just called it a blunderbolt. Yeah, no, it has
You
pistol.
called
stats.
it a pistol?
It has
Oh,
pistol
okay,
stats.
cool.
I just changed the name to blunderbolt.
But you just called it a blunderbuss? Okay, because that's a different weapon entirely. But cool, let's go.
Right, I know. But I added the pistol to my inventory. This is the same one I've had the entire game. It was the pistol that
I heard what you just said. I understood it.
Okay.
It's one of the worst things you could have named it because you named it a different weapon. But I don't care. It's a pistol. You shot it. You missed. It doesn't matter. Continue.
That's what it's been called the entire game. Anyway,
Yeah, now he's just now noticing.
yeah. So he's
What
got the gun out
wonderful.
and he's looking at the runes and he twists them. And he thinks he's got them just in the right order and he does the arcana and it works and he ups for joy. But then he sees saying and he tries to shoot and it just goes wide and it misses as he does that. So there's his
Brother, watch where you're shooting that thing.
Hold
You nearly
action.
hit me instead.
There's something wrong with it though. It doesn't. Is it? You're not proficient. That's why. Okay. Yeah. So it didn't have you proficient. You are proficient. You still miss, but now
it
it's
doesn't have me
fixed.
proficient
So
in it. Oh, this must be another.
It didn't. Yeah. It didn't have it there, but it does now. So miss. It kind of slams into the wall there. You feel the ritual go off. Massive terrestrian says, "Oh, so close! You've almost done it. Perfect. It's beautiful. Just one more, a little bit more. I may be able to do it myself. I'm not sure." And Claire kind of says, "Guys, you need help? What should I do? Should I help with the thing, or should I try and kill the creatures?"
I think we're good on the thing, and he's just looking at the runes. He's like, creatures.
It's a terrestrian kind of says, it still needs one more. You're not quite finished, and it is very difficult if no one puts their energies into it. No more
It's very
spell
difficult
magic
if
or
we
anything
die.
of that nature. I understand. Anybody else?
I'll put a hit, Diane. If that was,
Is that
You're
what
saying-
we're on? We're on another round of that.
is that what you're saying?
There's a conversation happening in game about who's going to do what. So yeah, that can be your choice, but it's not.
Oh,
It's,
I apologize.
what do you want to do? What is the how, you can choose to do that, and that will help bring the DC down for the Arcana check later because it's not quite done. The DC does start at 20, right? So every time you pump something in, it goes down 2. If you don't pump anything in, it'll be 20. That's a hard number to hit. So yeah, it's up to you.
I think Kestis, just in terms of contributing to that conversation, would say, I think it's wise to note that this thing's acting defensively. It's not asking for a fight. We don't have to bring one to it.
Everybody just attacked it. You saw 3 people just attack it.
Needed to be said.
Sure. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Thank you,
so,
sir, for that verbal lashing.
You're quite welcome.
Anybody else? So essentially, right now, you all have an opportunity to kind of decide what the next steps are going to be. What do you think?
I'm adding I definitely want to add another hit dice.
You definitely do. Okay.
It's my
All right.
last one.
We got one in there.
Can do. That's all I can do. And I mean, can I take another attack, or are we?
Yeah.
Past? Okay.
Mm-hmm. You can do both. You can contribute to the ritual and still have your turn. The only concern is who's going to make the Arcana check, because that will require an action.
Well, it's definitely not gonna be me, so I don't have to worry about that. So yeah, I'm gonna. I mean, hell.
You have to talk to your friends about it so that you all can figure out what the
brother.
I don't have to make the decision.
Yeah. No, that's what I was gonna. Brother, is this thing? Do we need to keep shooting at this thing?
Ing at this moment,
we gonna be
because
getting out of
I only have one hit die left and one spell slot left, so he's not. Mechanics wise, I ain't giving up any more of those. But for Ink's reason, he's more concerned now about this creature, and he's he's got these runes in front of him. He's like, this feels more of a threat right now.
Okay, so you got the ship, brother, is what you're saying. I can just go have fun and kill this thing, right?
I that you make your own decision, brother, but I find that to be the most threatening thing at the moment.
All right.
And there's
Ing,
definitely
you take care
one
of the
behind you on the ship still that's crawling up. You can't see it yet, but it's coming.
Well, we noticed two because Okubier just saw two, so he told us there's two. We just saw no.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You just can't see it yet.
What are the other two? Kestis is down here, so Kestis is in range with that one. Claire's all by herself, probably with this over there. And my brother's back is actually, so I'm going to come over here. And I'm going to hold
Well, you don't make a choice yet. It's not your turn, but just kind of everyone talk about what it is that they want to do.
All right. Brother, I'm going to make sure that nothing comes up behind you, though, because we know there's that other one coming around here.
Yep.
There we go. That's one.
Beautiful stuff. And
I agree that it'd be wise for
see it, so.
Ing to stay with the ship. Make sure that we see this thing through.
You hear kind of terrestrian say, yes, if we did not finish this, we all might die. So I will focus here, make sure nothing attacks me, and anything that you can do to help so that we can finish this in one go, then you can focus on destroying those creatures. Maybe. We'll see what happens. And Claire kind of is going to, she's going to choose to dump a slot and see what happens. It's her turn. At the top of the initiative here, Claire is going to I don't want to use all her third level spells, so we'll take a second one this time, because that seems fair. And that will raise it from 1 to 3, and then she will use her turn. She'll toll a dead on one of these guys here. Keep it simple. Well, she'll toll dead for now. And it is hurt, so give me that that shift one, goddammit. Toll the dead. Versatile damage. This motherfucker's going to make a wisdom saving throw. Succeed, you son of a bitch. Wow, 2d12, rolled a 2 and a 1. Jesus, why is cat's bullshit infecting my rolls? Anyway, things happened. That'll be the end of her. Well, she'll get a little closer. She won't get too close, but she'll get a little closer. And no, maybe she wants to keep the other one in range just in case. Yeah, she'll stay where she is. Ingval Q Montagu. We are on you. You saw Ohm kind of move back, the lights just edging out over the front of the creature that is moving towards you all on the ship. You can see it now. And of course, the one in front of you. What would you like to do?
Sure. Is Alcubier, as far as webbed, he's within 5 feet. He can do a touch, right? He can touch. He's within touch range.
I believe so. Let me just double check something real quick. Where the fuck this is? Yes, he can still touch things. He is within 5 feet. Yep.
Yeah. So, Ing looks over at Kubrier, and you see him kind of close his eyes again, and you see some sparking energy come in his one gauntlet that's free, and he points it towards Alcubier, and you see this line of energy just go towards him. So he's going to give him Shocking Grasp for Alcubier to use his channel magic on his turn.
Beautiful. So he'll do it. He'll just do it instantly if you want him to.
Yeah. I just don't. Yeah, I don't know how it would work. I think I gotta put Do I gotta put Shocking Grasp in Alcubier for him to be able to do it?
You can just cast the spell on the creature.
Oh yeah, you have it's touch, so I didn't know if it would let me do it from this range.
Yeah, you'd be alright.
Nope. Tell me I gotta be within 5 feet.
It said it, but you can still do it.
Okay, gotcha.
Uh, 13 is going to miss, doesn't quite connect there. As you can feel Kubi is struggling against this strange, like almost liquid webbing that is kind of spreading around him the more he moves. He's trying to get the little foot talon out there, and he just can't quite come into contact with it. It does appear as he is scratching his little feet, though, he does seem to be doing some, it does look like the filament that's kind of excreted out of the front of this creature does seem to be like tearing. So it looks like maybe if there was some focus on that, it could separate him from it. It seems, that's I think that's what we'll learn off of that. That's your bonus action, right? So you still have your action?
Yeah, but I have nothing I can do for my action.
Okay.
I can
save it for
move,
you can make the Arcana check.
But
so you can save it to make the Arcana check at the end.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, save the action.
So that will be the case there. You will see the creature behind you starts running up towards you. Doesn't get too terribly far. Just starts climbing up those stairs there. You can hear it kind of running up the steps and is just kind of gets in. You could hear the pincers kind of closing there, and you can see it looking out at you, and it is going to shoot a disgusting this strange just sticky kind of glue-like thread that comes shooting off of the creature, smacks onto Ohm, catching him, and it's cost an action to do it. All right. Oh no, I lied. Okay, bonus action, beautiful stuff. And then he's going to use his action to pull Ohm in toward him. And make a claw attack.
Right off my head.
Right on the head, huh?
And for
19.
There's no saving throws I can make to like try and.
No. He's just nice with it.
Okay.
Clarification, Yellow. My action was casting Shocking Grasp. My bonus action.
Right. Okay. Good. Yes. Is that? Because you can cast it through him. Oh, right. so then that uses your action, and the reaction. I think it uses the creature's reaction. It doesn't use your bonus action unless you tell him to do something else. If you're casting a spell through him, it uses your action and the creature's reaction. And the familiar's reaction.
Right.
So you still have your bonus action, and we'll use that for the Arcana check later.
Well, no, my bonus action is giving it to him.
No. You cast your spells through him. Your bonus action is to tell him to do a thing, but when you cast your spells through him, you just use your action to cast it, and then it uses its reaction to release it.
Right. Correct. Thank you.
Thank you. So with that, pulls in, you feel this massive pincer kind of reach out on you, Ohm, as you can feel yourself being dragged toward this creature, unable to stop it from happening, and it just grabs onto you, clamping into you. You can feel the tiny little thumb of it stabbing into you. as it's going to do a significant amount of damage to you. I don't know. We'll see how much it is. 8 points of slashing damage as it slashes into you, and you see it gearing up as if it's going to make a second attack. Doesn't quite have enough time. It, gives you the sense that it might be able to attack more than once if you are close enough to it. That is going to be the end of its turn. Kestis, you can't quite see Ing and Ohm. You can hear Ohm cry out.
Take it off, so I gotta do it myself.
But you will hear this.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. You
I
do
suppose
the,
we shouldn't
you take
keep
care of your
attacking
HP
it.
automatically.
Oh, that's right.
Brother,
That's
huh?
right. That's right. You said 8.
8 points of slashing damage. You can see there.
Where?
You can't. So
No, we can't.
we'll make it so that you can. Yeah.
Kestis is gonna run 10 feet up, here to the boat. How high is it up?
Wait, so I don't get to go? I didn't get to go. How'd you skip?
You didn't go?
No.
You got skipped?
No,
Oh.
he didn't.
Yeah. So
Alright.
all that stuff
I
that
messed
you
up.
just did.
was before
It
he
happened
did his
anyway. Go ahead. Take your turn.
stuff.
Yeah, but no, I got my pistol out. It can't. I have to be back here.
No, we'll just say that it moved in front of you, and now you get to take your turn. Go ahead. You got fucked up.
Yeah, but I can't. I have a penalty with my pistol from here.
So
I shouldn't.
that's not my
move.
problem.
That
You got
is,
snatched
because you're the
by the
DM that
creature.
No.
You got snatched by
no,
the
because I
creature,
was
pulled
supposed to
towards
go
you.
before the creature.
Yes, you were. I made a mistake.
So
I'm not
you-
going to
and
take
you-
that
then
whole
you just-
turn back.
Oh, come on,
Right?
man.
I'm
no.
not going to. I'm just not.
No, that's
what
fucked.
you?
What do you
How?
think? Because I don't have my sword. It got thrown on the ground. I can't pull my sword out, so I gotta what? So,
I mean,
like,
I would say the
Cool,
easiest
cool.
solution is just to retroactively let
Cool.
him shoot.
So sure.
and what
shoot
happens
your-
still
yeah,
happens.
Go ahead. Take your turn and take your turn. Go ahead.
what do you mean? Take my turn? From where?
Yeah, you shoot him. It doesn't matter. You don't have to worry about range. You can shoot him for free. You can go ahead and hit him. You'll be all right. $23 to hit. That hits. Roll your damage. Beautiful stuff. 10 points of piercing damage. Describe the attack for me.
I shoot you, and I'm gonna do it again because I have 2 attacks.
You use your bonus action to reload.
I'm a GIF. I don't have to.
That's
You don't
right.
have- yeah.
Yeah, you got that bullshit. Yep. Good stuff.
There you go. 11 points.
Pew pew pew
You
pew.
gonna have an
Reno
attitude
shot
for the rest of the night,
first,
or
bitch.
you over it now? You good? You got what
Yeah,
you wanted.
I'm-
Stop crying. All right. Thank you.
Stop crying.
so,
Next time.
Then all of
do
the
what
things
the-
happen. You
what
get
Lungus
snatched up.
said.
You got
Right
stabbed up. You got cut, and then Kestis, we're on you. So 10 feet movement. What are you doing? Talk to me.
So how high is the deck of the boat from where I am vertically?
From where you're standing, probably like 10 feet.
10 feet. Kestis
Yeah.
is gonna expend a misty
Climb up?
step.
Okay,
to
you
get
can
up-
do that, or
just
you
to
can
get
just
up
climb.
Well, it's half movement to climb, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be able to make it if I did that.
It's 10 feet up. You can make it up there with 15 feet of movement.
Okay. Logistically, I need to.
You can misty
Max-
step if you want to. I don't care. what you do.
Logistically, I need to maximize my movement, so I'm going to do that.
Sure.
And once I get within 30 feet of this cave fisher or this spiny boy and the other one, he's gonna hope. Oh, actually, I can't do that in the way that I wanted it to this turn, but that's okay. Because yeah, I can't do that this turn. That's okay. I am going to just because I already had my rifle on. I'm just gonna make a attack at this one here
Sure.
with the rifle.
12 is going to miss.
Cool.
As you dump off and you can see it just kind of duck down, avoiding the hit. Bonus action move. You still have some movement left if you want to use it.
No, I'm going to stay
Stuff.
there. That's
Beautiful.
good.
Ing, we're on you. You can see your brother kind of has this filament wrapping around him, pulled in, this claw digging into
Wait,
his side.
Ing's on
Kestis
there twice.
climbing up over
We're
the
not on
top.
Why did my
Ing, we're not on Ing,
initiative
we're not on
change?
Ing, we're not on Ing. He's on there twice.
That's the wrong ink. No,
Sure.
there's
Wrong
two. There's
ink.
two of me.
Ying
again.
is on twice.
Beautiful.
There we go.
Zaltik, let's go.
Jesus.
So, you said the ship was 10 feet high?
Yeah.
So if I was to move there, that'd be 25 then, right?
About 10 feet there, 10 up. You have a climb speed?
Is that not?
I don't
just
think you
a
do.
normal- I don't.
To climb, it's double movement to climb. It's like difficult terrain. It takes twice as much movement to climb.
Okay.
If you are a rogue, you can bonus action dash if you want to.
Okay, so if I was to climb from here up to there, how much movement would that take?
It'll
then?
take
Would
20
that be
feet of movement.
25?
It would take 20 feet of movement plus
They go
1,
over
2,
5.
10 feet. So it'll take 30 feet to get up there.
From where he was at the beginning, or from where he is right now?
From where he started.
Oh, from where you're
It's
starting.
10 feet to get to the ship, climb up to 20 feet to climb up 10 feet, and then you're at the top.
So from where I started,
30.
this
Yeah.
is 30 then.
Yes.
Okay. I was counting an extra 5 for actually walking onto the ship. That's why I was confused. Okay.
No.
Okay, so then I don't need to dash in because that's exactly my movement
Right.
speed.
You're standing where you want to be.
That's fine. I'm just gonna throw my psychic daggers at this whatever the crap I'm looking at.
Which one? Go
The
ahead.
one I attacked last time.
19 hits.
So sweet.
And a
9
copy is still over
psychic
there.
damage.
So you get your sneak attack. But you can see it's starting to look real bad. From the damage that it has taken, you can see its body kind of like recoiling as that psychic blade sinks into it. And that extra sneak attack damage, you can watch as one of the legs just kind of fly off as it slinks through it, falls onto the floor, falling down deeper into the ravine. It's looking real bad.
All right, and I have a bonus psychic blades attack. And miss. All right, so yeah, I just throw my
That is
blade at it, and I guess it goes right through its leg or two, greatly injuring it, and I suppose that's it.
beautiful stuff. And that will be that. And you will see that creature there looking real bad. It's going to climb down. You're going to watch it kind of climb down beneath the ship and out of view as far as you can see. And back up at the top with Claire, or at the bottom of the round, Ing, make the Arcana check. We have 3 of these things. It's going to bring the DC down to 14. And plus 6, 8d6. So beat a 14 Arcana, and you're good.
15.
That is a 15. Just makes it. Rolls the healing. However many points, you only needed 3. You can see as the you can see Terrestrian kind of say, it's perfect. We have exactly what we need. And you can see her kind of like flick her hands a bit. You can see as all of this spell energy is kind of whirling around, it gets real hostile. You can see runes flying out into space. You just see this explosion, this kind of like pulse of magical energy kind of and then suck back in. You all can feel yourselves attaching kind of with this vessel growing. It feels like you can feel each other's presence on it for a moment, and then it dissipates. Everything kind of relaxes a little bit. Still creatures around trying to kill you. You can see Terrestrian standing up there. She kind of says, oh, good. That should take care of that. And then she kind of sits, crosses her legs, and says, now take care of those creatures. And she kind of throws her jug over her shoulder.
Sure.
I'm sure you have it. Drops it on the floor. And it's going to be Claire's turn. Starting up, Claire is looking around. She's going to come over. She's going to take a look and see if she can see this creature where it went. With a 14, she cannot, unfortunately. She says, I don't know where the other one went, guys. I think it went under the ship. But this one's still alive. I think. Let's give it a guiding bolt, right? Why not? Let's go for the first level. Natural one, of course. That is unfortunate. As you can see, the bolt goes crackling out just past the creature, crashes into the hull of the ship, and it just kind of you see the radiant energy going off of it, and nothing seems to happen. Bonus actions. Yeah, that's it. That'll be the end of her turn. Ingval, we're on you.
Okay. So
You'll
Kubi is all the
see
way
as
over
the
there.
creature kind of climbed away, climbed underneath the ship, it kind of released a Kubier from the filament.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, so he's gonna fly back over his 90 feet. He's gonna fly over by Ohm.
And he doesn't have 90 feet of movement. He has 20 feet of movement.
Flight? No, I thought he had
30 feet of fly speed. Sure.
30 feet, yeah.
Yep.
30 feet, sorry. 90, I was wrong. But it was within 30 feet, I think, wasn't it?
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was. Yep.
So he's gonna fly there, and Ing is gonna take his gun and shoot at this creature that's got his brother. No, what are you doing? Get away from my brother! It hits.
17 hits. Goes streaking
He
out.
pulls out his gun.
Crashes
aims.
into him. Now, do you shoot the creature or do you shoot the filament?
I shot the creature.
Beautiful. 8 points
Yeah,
of
I shot
damage.
the
You can
creature.
see it kind of. You can hear this hissing. Coming out of it as it takes the damage there.
And if is Ohm gonna have to do any kind of checks to try to get out of this thing or anything?
He appears to be grappled, so yeah, he would have to break the grapple.
Okay, so so Kubier will give the.
Well, I've already got advantage on
He wants to help him?
checks. So
Yeah,
how
wants to
would
help him.
That's
How
true.
would
He does have advantage.
how
on
would he
strength
help?
Oh, he already has advantage on it.
gifts?
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
the
actually,
strength check.
no. So he will not have advantage, and the help wouldn't work because this creature, it automatically makes you have disadvantage on the things, so they cancel out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha. All right.
Gotcha.
All right.
So the help
all right,
wouldn't
all
work anyway.
All right.
right. Yeah. All right. So yeah, he's just gonna float around there for now,
Sure.
just to be close enough. And that's the end of my turn.
Beautiful
Oh, you know what?
stuff.
Actually, hold
so-
on. I do. Actually, I'm gonna move though. So,
Okay.
Ing is also gonna move to get close to this thing.
So where you can stand like here if you wanted to, because it's standing on the stairs. You can jump down if you want to, like you have enough movement to jump down, but that's a
Yeah,
10-foot
yeah.
drop, so there might be.
Are
a little
you
bit of,
switching the initiative back, or what's going on?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So you're next. So you
Yeah.
can jump down, but it is a 10-foot drop, so there will be some fall damage. But you can do that.
Sure, that's fine.
10.
10 feet. Yeah,
Beautiful.
that seems kind of low for fall damage, but it's fine.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say
four-
for a
4
gift.
bludgeoning.
For a gift.
It doesn't matter what kind of creature.
Okay.
You fell 10 feet, you get hit. A D6 per 10-foot fall.
Okay.
So that happens. And then it's Ohm's turn. So go ahead.
So am I doing a strength check, an athletics
So
check?
break.
a
You
strength
can
save?
do that. You take an action to make an
Yeah.
athletics check to break out of the grapple.
Athletics check. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Woo!
Big stuff. Not acrobatics, athletics. But what is the?
Did I-
It doesn't matter. It's high enough.
Oh,
You broke out of it, and you kind of tear the sticky like thread off of you, throw it down onto the ground. You still have a bonus action and movement if you want to use it.
um, I'm just gonna slide right down. Why can't I not? Oh, and I'll take that.
So yeah, it's going to be a similar situation here. Is like where the creature is standing. He's kind of standing on the stairs, and so if you want to come down, you kind of have to jump down. It's going to be a 10-foot fall.
That's fine.
Or you could climb down if you want to, but it costs more movement.
Yeah,
You didn't have enough movement to climb all the way down. So
5, 10, 10. Yeah, I have enough, so I'll just climb down. Yeah, that's fine. I can go
Sure.
right here. So
you are flanking with the creature just in case. That's going to be the end of that.
Yep.
I think it likes the taste of you. It's going to turn and see you as you're climbing down. Just take these two massive pincers and just swipe at you, with these big ass claws. Looks like a 14 to hit is going to miss. And then a 22 to hit on the second one, as he like crashes down into you. You can feel the pincher slamming into you. There's going to be 10 points of slashing damage. Big roll there. Yeah, that'll be the end of his turn. Kestis, we're on you. You can see the two brothers have jumped down. You can't quite see where they're standing, but you can kind of hear by what's going on that they are obviously close to the creature. You can see the creature is kind of turned facing down and is stabbing into somebody. What do you want to do?
If I ran straight towards him, that's 25 in a straight line, but there's that mast in the way there. Would I still be able to?
Don't worry about it.
Okay, so I would still be able to make it into melee?
Yes.
All right. Kestis is just gonna full sprint and then Braveheart, drop the rifle, pull out his sword on the way, and jump on down on the thing for a melee attack.
Sure.
Fuck off. That's brutal.
As you stab down into it, you see it doesn't really move. It just kind of cracks against its thick carapace, and it seems to deflect the attack. You are a level 5 paladin, so you have another one.
Sorry?
You're a level 5 paladin, you have another attack.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Then yeah, I'm just going to attack him one more time.
Beautiful.
Then.
There you go.
Looks like 23 is going to hit.
And then I will use a Divine Smite.
Sure. Roll your damage.
Am I supposed to click fast or versatile? Does it matter?
The first damage is because do you have your shield or no?
No, I wouldn't have equipped my shield.
So then you could use versatile damage. You're attacking with both hands. You're holding your longsword with both hands.
I already used it. It's fine.
Beautiful. 8 points of damage.
then-
Kind of as you slam down into him, you can feel that second attack finds where it is meant to go.
And then I'm going to cast this. Just going to do a first level cast. Divine Smite. Wow. Wonderful.
An extra 5 points of damage. Good stuff. There, you can see the creature is starting to look worse for wear. As you slam into it, you feel that that radiant damage just kind of stretching across the back of it as your sword slices into it.
Austin is so disappointed with Kestis tonight.
That'll be the
I mean,
end
I was
of that.
pretty disappointed when Kestis died, but we weren't going to bring that up.
Hey, you said it, not me.
I did not say it.
Just now you did.
Yeah.
You said too soon. I let it go. You brought it back up again, so now it's not too soon anymore.
Zoltan, we're on you.
Yeah. So I don't like the positioning this guy's in. But
Sure.
hey.
Could it be because it's too far away from you? Is that? You have your
It's
psychic
just a
daggers,
ledge,
don't you?
I don't wanna. I'd have to move somewhere else. Like if I went someplace like here, I couldn't see it, right? Or would I be able to?
There is another one, just to note.
What? You can see it from where you are.
I can. I thought you said
Yeah.
it's too like
It's
low.
It's on the stairs. The
We
two
killed
boys,
the
they're
other one.
smaller. It's a 10-foot creature.
Oh,
It's on the
I
stairs.
understand.
It's on the
I got
stairs,
you.
and like so you can see the back half of it as it is fighting with Ohm that's down there. You can't see Ohm and Ing, but you can see Kestis, and you can see a significant portion of the creature.
You see its
Gotcha, so I'm
ass,
gonna-
Spence.
Cool. Time to
Back
throw a
that
psychic
ass.
dagger right up its ass. Then.
There you go. Whoa, hey now. Hey now.
Hey now, hey
Nice.
now. This is what
Alrighty.
dreams
And,
are
and
made
Spencer
of.
with the good
As he
throw.
hits.
And
I
then I
wanna
get
know about these
sneak attack
dreams.
too.
Yeah, all
Oh,
your friends
yeah.
over there.
All my
Yeah.
friends are over by the creature.
The only 3 friends a bug can have.
Hey,
Jesus Christ.
nice.
Big
roll.
sneak attack damage, 3d6, bro. Level 5 rogue. You can see the
Yeah.
creature on its last legs, not looking very good, kind of trapped between a rock and a hard place, stuck between 2 massive gif, a heavily armored paladin, and you stabbing at it with your psychic daggers. You got a bonus action. You want to do something with it?
Yeah, I do. I wanna try to kill it. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Never mind.
Beautiful
happening.
stuff. As you can feel, the second dagger, it doesn't have whatever the first one had on it. Kind of goes flying at, and just as it connects with the heavy carapace, you just feel the psychic energy falter, and it just kind of disintegrates against its thick carapace.
Sweet.
And that will be the end of that. Yeah, probably just gonna keep going. Back up at the top there, Claire's. I think the other one left, guys. I don't see it anymore. And is going to throw a what is that big one called? Toll the Dead at it. At the one you all are fighting. Probably gonna finish it off. Fails miserably to Toll the Dead. It goes exploding out. Why the fuck did it do it twice? That's craziness. Whatever. What is this?
It also rolled as your DM, so we didn't see it anyway.
Yeah, it's weird. Well, yeah, no, it's doing some weird shit. I'm gonna have to
Yeah,
look at our
Foundry's on
spells
some
again.
shit tonight.
Either
Spell
way,
line
unfortunately.
What the hell?
Just kidding. Just
The
kidding.
bell bounced back and hit you in the forehead.
Just kidding, kidding. And you feel it doesn't quite do as much damage as it would have hoped, but it is looking like it is on its last legs there. It's a strong gust of wind will finish it off. Claire says, I did what I could do, guys. Looks like you got it. Ing, we're on you.
Yeah, no, enough. Enough with this. With this ends now. Whatever you are. See his gauntlets start to. Okay, I know it's my turn. Why'd you say it again? Get out of the screen. Jesus Christ. The gauntlets start to glow. He brings his first punch down. He's gonna bring it right down on top of his fucking head with a thunder gauntlet. Misses with the first
13
one.
as it slams down. You see it just kind of hits the carapace, almost bouncing off before the
wait a
thunder was
minute.
able to release.
I didn't roll with initiative.
Sends out into the air.
Advantage,
with
you
initiative?
mean? He
I mean,
meant an
advantage.
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 He
is
meant
what I meant.
advantage.
Yeah,
So let me roll it again.
sure.
There
Roll it again.
There
18
you
hits.
go. There you go.
Come
So he punches
crashing
down
down,
right on his
onto
head.
this creature.
Oh,
Please tell me exactly how you would like to kill this beast, as it is finished.
Yeah, so he's looking at it. He's like, enough. This ends here. And he just looks at it, kind of squares it up with one hand, glowing gauntlet in the other, and he just punches right down on its head and just caves its skull in. With lightning energy just flowing all around it.
You can feel your fist travel right through this kind of. You can hear the exoskeleton. You can see the insides of it kind of spurt out around. You can feel your fist crash into the wood of the deck of that sturdy wood as you clearly punch clear through the head of this creature, and it just falls there. Body goes limp. You see a little bit of that, like that goo, kind of leaking out of it, spilling onto the deck there out the front. It's a little sticky as you pull your hand away, and that will be the end of that.
Tucks the handkerchief back in his armor.
Ha! Good
stuff.
stuff, brother.
It's It's quite
Beautiful.
messy.
So,
It's quite messy.
Ah, little blood never hurt anybody.
This is very gooey. It's not blood. I don't know what it is. Just
It was inside the creature, right? And it's a liquid. Sounds like blood to me.
It has mush for brains. Haha.
you'll see Terrestrian kind of standing up on the top of the balcony and says, "You all did a very good job. It's impressive, really. I thought maybe I might need to step in for a moment, but no, you all are really quite capable. Now, let's see what
Wasn't
exactly
there,
are the fruits of our
lady.
labors."
Lady, wasn't there another one of those creatures? What the hell?
It just ran away, I guess. You don't see it. I mean, if it comes back, I'm sure you'll be able to take care of it.
Don't trust anything down here.
You shouldn't. It could be very dangerous.
Oh, I walk over and
I
pick
do
up
have
my
a question.
sword.
How is? Are you going to get the ship out of this cavern? Because it's just, I still don't understand how it got in here to begin with. But it's
This is a simple matter for me. I can terraform this place freely. This is my island. This island did not
Oh
exist
yes,
before
of
I
course.
came
While
here.
you watched us fight these creatures, it's so easy for you.
My magic is very specific. I could have moved the cavern, but then you would just be fighting those creatures in daylight. Maybe that would have been better. You could have requested it. I would have done it.
Yes, definitely, because then I could have had my sword and my gun. I wouldn't have to hold this torch.
Well, such is life.
You keep saying that. Yet we're the one fighting the monsters.
Was I here just
so
watching
you'll
this the whole
see-
time? By the way,
Yeah, that's a good point.
What?
I could,
Oh,
Was
Ika?
Ika
Yeah,
just here
she
watching
was
it?
just standing back. She was standing back.
You know, leaning
Like,
against the
"Ah, you guys-
mast,
you guys
chewing
got
on a
this."
piece of-
Just
She
made
threw her
popcorn while
boomerang.
we were doing our thing.
She threw her boomerang down at the creature that flew away. It didn't come back yet. She's like, "Fuck, I'm gonna have to go get that." So Terrestrian says, "You have succeeded. Beautiful. Now let's just find out what are the fruits of our labors."
they better be pretty good because I felt that was a resounding success.
Impressive indeed. You all were able to do it far more quickly than I've ever experienced. Though this ritual is very seldomly used. Not very many people even know about it. She kind of stares into Ika. Ika like drops her head. She's like, "Look, I'm gonna just go find my boomerang. Anybody want to help just in case it's still there?"
No, you could find it on your own. It's have fun.
I'll come with you.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Just kind of travel with her. She climbs down. Do you like climb down with her?
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily be helping her look, but I'd be more going down to keep an eye out.
Sure. Yeah, give me a perception check.
Oh, sure.
Excuse me. You can see Ika's just climbing down. She's like, where did it go? I heard it hit something. Natural 20.
Yay.
Woo!
That just made up for everything, right?
Natural 20.
No, it didn't.
So as you you kind of climb down behind her, you like stand there, hands on your hips, just kind of surveying as best you can. It's still dark. Claire sends her little dancing light down there with you. Says, "This should help." See, kind of globule just glowing, and with a natural 20, just on the end of the field where the light goes, you can see what appears to be the tail end of one of those creatures, just like scurrying away as fast as they can. Just seems to be just barrel rolling toward where this cavern seems to extend beyond where the ship is.
Definitely in a direction away from us. That's all that Kestis would need to know.
Yeah, running away.
Yep.
Ika's like looking around. Says, oh, where? What? Oh, there it is. Good. Kind of grabs a boomerang, throws it up along her back, and says, well, this place is kind of sticky. And she's like walking up and out. And, meets back up with you, crawls up, guys continue. Interesting, says, she kind of joins you all on the ship. She kind of like hops over, does a little twirl in the air, lands, very gently. Let us see. And she like surveys. You see her eyes kind of glow. You see as she like is walking, you see little flowers and things and grass and mosses kind of growing with each one of her footsteps along the deck of the ship. Just a little faintly coming up through the wood, the boards and the splits and things. And she says, "It's interesting."
That could be a problem. If those roots grow, they could split the wood. What? I mean, this is.
Don't worry, darling. I'll be sure that nothing happens to your precious wood. And you'll all see in the Discord, in the home rules, there are some officer mechanics. And they're very specific, and they are all of them. And those will be all of the things that you can now do with the ship. You can take time over the next week or whatever figuring out what they do and what they mean. Hopefully you don't run into a ship battle before then. We'll see what happens. Spencer like that one? Good stuff. So, what the hell?
Wink, wink. We're gonna die.
And
say that every time, and it's only happened once.
Interesting.
It can happen again.
To you. Just to you. Just to you.
Perfect. So, I think it's safe to say that you all have been dubbed as officers of this ship. You will need a crew. You should have a crew. Whatever you can do to build a crew will be better for you. But in the meantime here, you will have your roles that you can play. You see Ika say, well, so if I start putting this cannon in, nothing's going to blow up? She says, it will be perfect. Ika starts getting to work. She says, hey, Ing, you want to help with this?
I suppose.
It's going to take a few hours, but we should be able to get it done. And with your help, probably 3 max. We are going to have to make a hole here. And she just starts slamming her boomerang into the front of the ship.
Slow. Not every job requires a hammer.
We have to make a hole, so...
Sure, and
I guess you can...
I'm sure we can find some saws and stuff. You just be slamming away at the hull of the ship.
Do you have a saw?
I have a lot of tools.
You got woodworking tools?
No, I don't.
You can make them though, right?
I could, but I can't do that right now. I only
shit.
do that at the beginning of a long rest.
Oh, damn.
Or after, after in the morning, after a long rest.
So then she says, so are we breaking it or... Well, I guess I can just affix the cannon in front and then we can install the loader later. And then she starts to measure out. She says, I know exactly how big it is. This is going to be where it goes. And you guys spend a couple of hours kind of taking care of that. Over the course of time, we're going to need some help moving the massive cannon. I assume the big people do that. The big, strong elephant, hippo types do that. So that happens and getting all of the things done and taken care of.
No.
While you guys are working, Terrestrian kind of says, so what is it exactly that you all are hoping to accomplish here? You are looking to retrieve these dragon egg?
That is the goal of coming here, yes.
You're wiping sweat from your brow and moving the thing and tightening and bolting. So, yep, that's why we're doing it.
Yes, he doffed the armor, he rolled up the sleeves,
This is good. This is good. This should be something that should be taken care of very soon. But You all look pretty tired, so maybe it's time for a break for you.
Would you happen to have a saw?
Me? No, I don't have a saw. I can help moving the wood so that Aika doesn't have to break it, but
Yeah, if you
It will
could
still
make a
be-
nice clean hole here for us,
that isn't really in my expertise. I can move the wood. It will no longer be there, and then maybe you said you can mend, yes? Your mending should be able to handle something
Yeah.
like that.
Fix
And
the
she's
blasted
just-
hole? Is that what you're saying?
Sure, yes. If you would like for it to be
So
a cleaner hole,
your
and so you
solution
can-
for making a clean hole is to break it and then me to fix it.
Yes.
That's what you're telling.
I can help
it seems
with
very-
the breaking part.
It seems very
that
inefficient
ridiculous?
to me.
So you see, Aika says, so we are breaking it. Pulls the boomerang. Starts crashing into the deck again. Why these guys waste so much time? And Sebastian says, well, Aika's doing it, so you can just fix it when she's done, I guess. If you all are going after the Gaussian and his zealots, you're going to need to find them. I don't know very many ways that this can be done. His aunt,
Do you have any
his
information
aunt,
on Gaussian? What is he? Do you know? Is
what is he?
what is he? What and
Like-
who?
Well, I don't. I know that he is a nephew to the leader of the Confederacy of the Designer, Theodora, the person who is like in charge of Fair Artis, the governments that the Dwarven Citadel liaisons with for various things. They are all high elves. They are very proud of that fact. And Gaussian is kind of the black sheep of the family. He thinks differently than they all do, and apparently is in charge of some pirates that he has cobbled together to wrest control for aims I do not know. The talk of the opening is particularly concerning because of the legends which I told you about last time. That the storm that creates the core of this moon is protecting something, behaving as a door, protecting, keeping people separated from a portal or a doorway of some kind. At least that is what the myths say. If he is trying to open that door, that could be very bad. So,
What do you know of him and his capabilities, his following here?
how do you mean exactly? He has bands of pirates who fight. He has an impressive warship that he flies around in when he's going to do things. I believe he absconded with it from the Pandoran military. What capabilities are you looking for precisely? If it's, I mean, Aika was
Curious to know how big of a fight
Doing-
that we're going to be finding ourselves in if we stir up that hornet's nest a little bit too much.
You see Aika kind of like walks up, like stands up from cracking the ship there and says, Ing, that's it's probably your turn now.
God. He bends down there and starts
Sweating.
mending.
So mend a perfect hole. You have all of the pieces that you need. You have like the pipe and things that can feed down below deck. You can feed into it, and also there's an opening in the cannon so you can put cannonballs on the top if you need to. All kinds of things like that. But yeah, you can go ahead and spend your time doing that. And Aika kind of walks up and says, "All right." She kind of throws a boomerang on her back and says, "I'll be back to helping. Don't worry about it."
Good enough.
Whew. So, she says, "So, what I've learned is that the pirates are just generally disorganized. They pretty much do. They're broken up into different sects, and they have their hierarchy. And I was trying to move up through the hierarchy to get close enough to find out where Vise and Fina and Drachma are, if they're still alive. But mostly they're disorganized. They just have to pay, tribute to Gaussian, and then when he calls on them to do something, they do it. Recently, I think the most recent thing was finding somebody who can steal the dragon egg, guilty. Definitely did it. Definitely didn't think that they were gonna double cross us. And I guess in hindsight, that seems kind of dumb. But I also didn't know what they were doing it for. I assumed it was for the money. But with this opening talk, and I've never seen Celestian, I've never seen you so concerned about something before. And she's just kind of like crossed her arms and was like stroking her chin. And Aika says, I think there's two ways to handle this. My favorite way is sneak attack, you know? Sneak up, kind of find where the temple is, maybe find another pirate hub and beat the truth out of them, and then kind of like, you know, sneak around back and take care of business, kill everyone that we can. Just in case they've already killed my crew members, my crewmates. And if not, then they'll be out of our way. We won't have to worry about them sneaking up on us from behind. Or maybe we can find somebody who might know where Galcian is. Maybe somebody can trade for some information. That isn't really my field of expertise, though. And you see Terrestrian kind of shifts her weight a little bit and says, this is an interesting concept. Maybe there is someone in the Confederacy that would be interested in having Galcian stopped, at the very least impeded. But that's going to require a level of, diplomacy that may be difficult, especially if you do not have a name and you do not have a body whom you are representing. You would also have to go down to Pandora to do this. You won't be able to speak with Theodora specifically, but it's because she's, you know, the high elf, but maybe one of her many servants can be paid off for information on Galcian. I'm sure they keep in touch enough to be able to contact each other. But I do not know. I think Aika's way may be simpler, but the diplomatic way may be cleaner.
Aika, do you have any thoughts on a diplomatic means there, or is that a
Aika
shot in the dark?
She kind of switches her boomerang from one hand to the other. Says, I've lived in the Ionosi my whole life. I'm only Sky Island. I don't know anything about... she kind of like gestures downward. Pandora. But you seem pretty, you know, charismatic, good at talking to people. You may be able to find something that I can't. They do business with adventuring crews all the time. I would imagine one of the cities down there, probably closer to the capital. I can show you where the capital is. They would probably have a guild or something for you to ingratiate yourselves with, and maybe you'll be able to figure something out that way. I don't know. I know with it.
Is timeline. I'm just gonna kind of like turn to look at the group here. I don't know what we have left in terms of how long it's going to take for that dragon egg to hatch, or for whatever the timeline is that we have on our situation here. But I guess my thought here is it could certainly be wise for us to fly down, you know, act in blissful ignorance and see what things we can turn up from a conversation with people who don't know who we are just yet. It's kind of one of the thoughts I'm having right now. So I'm certainly open to ideas.
In the meantime, you're interrupted. God damn it! Did you have to make the hole so big? As he continues.
Yeah.
Working.
That's cannonballs have to move through them. What's wrong with this guy? Let me show you how to do it. I could kind of start stomping away. Whatever you guys choose to do, I'm with you, and I'll follow you, so long as I can get my revenge, or maybe save my crew.
Perhaps there is some sort of mercenaries. Maybe they're looking for some people who are to do a job, and we could find a way in that way.
Can
That
I
was
make
my
it-
idea.
Can I make an insight check on Aika as she's talking about getting revenge or saving her crew? Just kind of see how sincere she is in that.
Yeah, make an insight check. As Ohm brings up the trying to like be hired, Terrestrian says, "Oh, they're hired by who precisely? By the Pandoran or by Gaussian's zealots?"
It'd be
Whatever
wise to
gets
see
us
what works.
closest to where we need to go. It would
Yeah.
be a scouting out idea. Maybe Zeltek could go ahead and scout that out, and then come back and report, and we can make an informed decision that way.
That's an interesting
Um,
idea.
You see Terrestrian kind of say, "This the closest largest city to us and between us and the capital would be Just. It is a kind of a trade hub
Gesundheit.
where most of the no, thank you. No, that is the name of the city.
Excuse me,
Just, and she kind of like writes it out in the air, and you see like little, like what looks like pollen and stuff kind of like form in the space, and you see JUSTE, in common, whatever the fuck that looks like, and says, yes, no, that's the name of the place. There is the trade hall there. They are often looking for security detail, but they don't work directly with any of these. I wouldn't imagine, but maybe some of them go there looking for work when they cannot raid or something. I don't know. You may be able to find an inn there. That would probably be the closest place to start if you were going to go the diplomatic route. If you're going to go the violent route, I guess, or the kind of points to Zaltik, the kind of surreptitious route.
Subterfuge is the word we use in my line of work.
I've never heard of that word before, but sure, it sounds good. You would probably have to. You could probably follow one of the pirate ships back to one of their hubs and beat whoever's in charge there. Within, a centimeter of their lives, and maybe they'll give you the information that you need. You'd have to find someone who is in charge at the top of the hierarchy of that hub, though, to do it. So.
Ink stands up. He's wiping his hands. He's like, or perhaps we could set a trap. Maybe lure Gelsian with something that he wants and bring him to us rather than us looking for him.
That is a good idea.
How do we know what he exactly wants? He has what he
Aika?
wants, doesn't he?
Aika says, as she's kind of like walked away, and says, the last thing I knew he wanted was the bronze dragon egg. We got it for him. Don't know what he wants to do with it.
So he has what he wants.
Just kind of thinking.
What else does he want?
If he wants to make more weapons, he would need more materials. And the best place to get materials is probably just the trading post.
Or
So then we're...
off-world,
Hmm?
and could be something that people, again, that they have no idea who we are. Could be something that we could feign possessing.
Perhaps an off-world, mining conglomerate that we could disguise ourselves as.
Pose as traders.
Who could trade our materials.
This is not a bad idea. Aika says, yeah, no, I mean, I think your ship is certainly big enough to look like a kind of transport vessel. You could make a couple of alterations to make it look like it has, places where cargo can hang off the backside of it as well. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good idea, but we'd have to know. We'd have to be able to provide, product that no one else could get, or at least appear to be providing product that no one else could get. Do you have like a contact or somebody connected to, like, I don't know, a merchant's guild or something who might be able to help us, something like that?
Oh yes, of course. We know
We
someone.
do
who
know a
runs
few
merchant
dwarves.
guild. The dwarves. Basendi was the head of a merchant guild.
Wait, you know Basendi? You see
Why-
Terrestrian
why,
kind of
yes.
stiffen up and says, You've met the Basendi, the head of the Merchants Guild? You've done business with him directly?
He's why we're
it
here.
Was because of him why we came here.
Really? Why would he be concerned about this kind of...
Well, I think it was more
Interesting.
him and a friend
concerning.
of his, some elf, Fare, I think his name was, some elf that was working.
Fare.
I would say it's by his association that we made ourselves available for this mission, rather than him being the one to deliver us here. It's actually that,
Oh,
as
right,
I had
because-
mentioned to you earlier, the Talons of Justice are the ones who sent us on this mission.
Yes, that makes more sense. Yes, of course. Oh, and then so I assume that the head of the Talent of Justice probably does business with Vicinity all the time. They're probably all on the council there, whatever the council of however many of them there are. I think 4 of them, 5 of them. I can't remember. It doesn't matter.
How do you know
if you was,
Vicinity?
if I've been around for a very, very long time, as has he, and I was there when he was kind of making his name and establishing the different trade routes here on Fair Artiste. Don't know much beyond that. I just know that he has kind of made himself, kind of climbed that social ladder, if you will, to the tippy top. Doesn't really have too many qualms about who he trades with, so long as it turns a profit, though. It's a bit concerning. I haven't heard of him getting his hands into anything too untoward, as they say, but I imagine he has.
So you're saying that this plan of ours is quite logical. Perhaps we don't, say Basendi's
If-
name in our association, but
If you all were able to get him to, like, kind of create a cover story for you all, then yes, I would imagine that would be quite a fruitful endeavor. If you can get him to create this story where you all have a precious resource that is hard to find anywhere else, the pirates will likely try and ambush the transport on its way in. If not, they might just try to buy it outright, I'd imagine. And Ica says, no, that's some good thinking. You guys are... I mean, if a spot on your crew opens up, right, and we save all my guys, I'm just saying, we work hard. We work diligently.
We could use the help, yes. But my immediate concern is Basendi is back on the Dwarven Citadel. How would we send word to him?
That is a concern.
Terrestrial, are you
And,
capable of communication over distances like that?
Terrestrian says, I could. Yes, I wouldn't be able to do it now because of everything that I have just done concerning that ritual, but a good night's rest, I might be able to. The issue is I have never met the gentleman directly. I've only heard of him, so I don't really know, how I can attempt to, of course, but I don't know if it would work because I don't really know very much about him. And then Claire kind of speaks up and says, "Yeah, if I sleep for a while, we can probably can have a I have something that can I might have something that can help with that."
Well, I think all signs are pointing to a good night's sleep.
Nope, I lied. Sorry, she does not have something that can help with that.
My
Yeah,
point
anyway.
stands.
Anyway, She says, the Citadel. I was there. I've never been there. There may be a ways to come into contact with him, but I don't know of any. So, unfortunately.
Well, the other, I guess, thought in that direction is that we don't necessarily have to have the particular items that we're planning on trading. We could simply be, scouts of sorts, with the idea that we would be finding new trading partners in different parts of Wildspace. Could certainly approach her from an angle as such.
But the credibility that Bessendi would add would make this almost a shoo-in, whereas if you're just going there with no name, no one knowing you, no connections to anyone, and no reputation, they will likely shoo you away at the door. It's a good plan. If there's a way to contact, we can revisit it in the morning. If I spend some time resting, or may be able to send him. I can attempt to try and send him a message, but I don't know that it would necessarily reach him because I don't know.
He kind of looks over his shoulder at Zeltek. He's like, your little shadowy friends back there. Do you have any way to contact them to get a hold of Bessendi?
Speaking into everybody's minds, I go, no, I do not believe so.
Well, your ship is safe for now. I think you all might do a good rest. You can't stay in my home, but you can certainly stay outside of it. It's very comfortable. I keep the climate controlled.
No more of those the scorpion thingies are going to.
Not upstairs. No.
Someone doesn't. What about the ship?
Stampedes.
Someone doesn't need to watch
They won't
the
harm
ship.
the ship.
No, they may infest the ship, and then you can kind of run them out. But
What if they
No, they
do
won't
more
harm
damage
it.
to the ship? They won't do any damage.
No,
to
they
the ship?
they would. I don't imagine that they would damage the ship in any way. They don't eat wood or anything like that. So they don't. They eat people or other fleshy kind of.
My body says that they could damage a ship with pincers. You don't have to eat it.
Yes, but
brother, I think
what
you're
would
more
be the
worried about the
purpose?
intent. Yes.
Oh.
So when they're with our bodies, they were trying to eat us or do whatever. They have no reason to do that to the
Eat
ship.
or
I think
just
that's
kill.
what she's
This
getting
is
at.
war, brother.
With the
I think, as I
insect-
mentioned earlier,
What?
those beings reacting in defense, but I digress.
Your man!
What I
Wanna
can
go
do
to
is I can
war!
send I have my friends. I can have them stay down and patrol all night if you're worried about the insects. If that's a concern. You saw them, the dragon cat things up there. Yes.
I don't think it's necessary if you're saying they won't, but yes.
Well,
Yeah,
your brother seems very concerned
like
about
I
the
said,
safety of the
sure,
ship, and I just wanted to
certainly.
provide.
If you're offering,
that's
yes, we accept.
Exactly.
good, then it's no problem. If you have anything to feed them, that will make them more amicable to do the work for you. But it's not necessary. I'm just saying.
What do they eat? What would they be eating if we were not here, madam?
I would say they have the vegetation to feed on, but it's not
Then
every
bring that
day
down
that you
here.
have.
You control
No, but
the
I'm
plants.
saying they can eat it
You
as they want.
control
I'm
all
just
the-
saying that
I'm
there
sure
might
you could
be
easily move
something that
vegetation down here for them, right?
there might be
What about all
something
this,
that you have
stuff
access
growing
to
here?
that they have not experienced. Is
No.
what I'm saying.
Oh, treats.
You don't have to. I
is what
didn't
you're
say
asking.
that you should.
Treats is what you're asking for. Yeah, no, we don't have enough. To
Whatever
spare.
that may be in existence, I don't know. And then Ica kind of says, I can probably whip something up. Yes, they do like you, Ica. They do like you very much. Take a little time, but I can have them something before we bed down.
All right.
All right, then. Going back up to the top. Everybody gets good and comfy. says, if you need anything, do not touch the yellow flowers. Just kind of speak towards the blue ones, and I will respond.
Why do
So
we
we
not
just
touch
sort of-
the yellow flowers?
Don't ask. Just don't touch them. Zaltek. Just...
They don't like it. They're very particular about physical contact.
What, these
Yeah, I
flowers?
don't
and I go and
understand.
grab one. Ohm goes to grab one of them.
I need a dexterity saving throw.
Absolutely.
Can we at least get to our long rest home?
Oh, I want to do it before the
16,
long rest.
beautiful. So 16. You do save. You see as you come into contact with the petal, it like almost sucks in, and you watch that comes out of a little bulb. It's just like spitting these little needles at you. 11 half down to 5 piercing damage as you just go. They just like find every chink in your armor that they can get to, and it's really good thing you got mostly out of the way, but they do catch you.
I see now. why
Kestis
not
is
the
going to look
yellow
over to
flower.
Zoltek and just say, "We know now."
Yeah.
I need a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. With advantage.
With advantage because of the drinking.
Yes.
20, beautiful stuff. You feel as the needles kind of hit into you, you feel this this pulse, this kind of like ache that almost spreads out throughout your body. You can feel as if something is kind of seeping into you, but you're able to, you pull out the needles and you're able to kind of like fight off the effects of it. You start to feel a little warm, a little dizzy, but you fight it off and you kind of regulate. You were almost poisoned pretty badly, but you saved,
Passed,
right?
yeah.
Good thing you had that drink earlier. Sometimes
Yep.
you want to fail, guys.
Exactly.
Sometimes you want to fail Constitution saving throws. That happens. And Sebastian just kind of stands there. Anything else?
Nope. I'm ready for bed now.
Brother.
And Ohm just falls over and passes out.
And I'm probably the only one that can drag him to somewhere comfortable. Great, thank you. Hey, this is great.
And
I
she
thought
says,
you-
don't worry about it. She kind of waves her hand, and you'll see like the grass beneath him kind of parts. It looks like a thick kind of bed of moss raises him up gently. A little bit of it kind of props his head a little bit. And you see, and then there's like a
Oh,
kind
give
of,
me one. Give
you
me
see
one,
these-
please. Over here. I like this spot right over here.
you see these stems of plants kind of like growing out and weaving into this like vegetation / like blanket that kind of just covers him up. Looks pretty snug. And wherever you point over here, you see one starts to form there as well. Will you all be needing one? You can pick your place, and we will take care of it.
Ooh, it's so soft. It's
And
just-
Ica says, "Nope, I'm going in the tree." Whoop, hops up, pulls herself up like barbarian style, right? Like those guys who work out in the playground, just pulls herself up. And, gymnast, overs, just hangs out, kind of finds a little nook.
You
Gets
say
comfy.
those guys that work on the playground?
Yeah, barbarians.
Those guys.
I love it.
Uh,
Yeah, no, I'll sleep outside tonight. It's been a while. Feel like I need it.
We're all outside. What are you
Yeah. She said you can't sleep in my home. We kind of had no
Yeah,
choice.
well, the last time she made a little hut for everyone, so
No, it's not a hut. She's making beds for us now.
Yeah.
I know the
No,
last.
last
I'm
time.
saying the last time.
Last
Oh
time.
yeah. Oh, that's true. That's right. Before we.
Yeah,
Okay.
Kestis
Oh,
will just go like 30 feet away and roll on his bedroll, and
Yeah. In kicks back on his, settles his little glasses fit into place. He takes out some light reading as he lays back, reading a little bit before gets ready to go to sleep.
beautiful stuff. What are you reading?
One of his many tomes. Let me I gotta remember.
Yeah, you found a bunch of stuff. In fact, you remember Zoltek finding a whole bunch of stuff back in that lab that no one has ever seen hide or hair of. You suddenly remember that. As you're sleeping, You remember that.
It's in his dream.
It's in my dream.
It's in a dream. You play out the scene again. You're like, hold on, that
Bugman.
fucking roach.
Bugman. Fuck Bugman.
But yeah, since he was just working on the ship and we have our roles, he pulls out Eckhart's Ekedrion to Engineering by Eobard. Eckhart.
Okay.
God.
Beautiful.
Deep knowledge stuff. Huh?
Oh, I have names of books. I named them to authors.
Oh my. Someone was bored.
It only took me about 2 minutes.
We
It
like
wasn't
to call
that
it
hard.
excited. All right.
Fair enough.
So
I'm a writer, dude. I can make these things
I
up.
know, but I mean, like, still.
They've also been published already.
No. You go find me Eckhart's Ekedrion to Engineering, please. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying
No,
that
he's
you
saying
went
by
through the
you.
process of writing and publishing.
By
Oh,
you.
yeah.
by-
Gotcha.
I was trying to give you props.
I retract my previous statement.
No, too late. You already said it.
Yeah.
Shut up, Spencer. No one asked you.
Damn.
We're about to be asking him.
Damn.
as you all kind of are relaxing, Ohm's passed out. Zoltik is doing what?
I take a little bit of time, kind of just scouting out the area, just taking a few minutes to just make sure, have the assurance that I'm actually safe. As
you're walking around, you do see a bunch of these reptilian, feline, beasts who are kind of just walking around. You can see they all have different patterns and things. They all kind of take note of you as you're sneaking around and tend to kind of just give you some space. You do see some flying insects and things appear to be busily pollinating all of the different wildlife here. You look up and you just see kind of green light that seems to just diffuse into infinity. You remember where you came down through, but you don't actually see that place anymore. You don't see a source of light, just seems to be kind of green. You don't see anything that looks dangerous, right? You're just kind of walking around, enjoying yourself.
Yeah, so after a bit of that, I feel comfortable enough, and I'll go find my own corner to lay down at.
What you gonna do with all that stuff that you found and don't even know what it is that you just carried around for no reason at this point?
They're stashed in my room
How
on
many
the
sessions now are we in here?
And you know,
What is this?
Ing can't even do anything to make it happen because he does not know you even have any of it. So it's
Ing, you've seen Ing
I think-
identify things and just
I think
figure out what
Kestis
things
is
are.
probably the only one that would know because he was the last one out with Saltek. So he would know, but I don't think that he would have cared all that much.
I don't think so.
Kestis was in the hallway with me when it happened.
Yeah.
Kestis
Ing
was
was
definitely
Claire-
the
it was
last
Claire,
person
Ohm, and
out with
Zaltek.
Zaltek.
It was Claire,
when?
Ohm, and Zoltek in that room.
When we were escaping the lab, the Capulet lab.
But
'Cause
when he
Kestis was
found the
shooting
things
down-
were
shooting
when
down
When
the
we found the
hallway.
things, you were in a hallway with me with that red monster.
I mean,
yeah.
I think the more important part of this is even if he did, I don't think that he would care or have cared at that point because it would have been within a day of meeting this guy, and clearly would have been seen as a klepto. So,
interesting. The more important part is definitely you don't know.
Cool.
that's definitely the more important part, right?
all right,
but-
They were in that. They were
but
in that
yeah,
room
no,
when
it
they
really
looted it. They were in that room alone without us.
Yeah. Ohm knows. Claire knows. I'm not gonna make Claire bring it up though. I should, but I'm not going to.
Agency.
You know what
I
I'm saying?
think that was also a session I wasn't there.
This is true. He wasn't there on that. Or was it the one
Weren't you?
before that he
I
wasn't
don't
there?
remember.
Well,
Is one of
That was
them.
session one.
you knowing about it, Chris knowing about it
Was
is
it
irrelevant
session
to the
one?
fact that
That
Ohm
wasn't
knows
session
about
one.
it.
That wasn't session.
So if we
one.
tell you, Ohm knows about it.
or session 2 maybe.
Ohm knows about it.
That's
Ohm
what I mean.
definitely
Yeah,
knows.
no, now
Ohm definitely
now I
knows.
know about it, and Ohm has always
Yeah,
known
yeah,
about it. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
unfortunately, he's passed the fuck out because he touched a fucking flower. So,
So that's an interesting plan that you guys came up with. I think that's the end of the session. We can go ahead and just do the long rest now, so you guys can be ready for next time. On the long rest, you will recover.
You hear Ohm reading his
stuff.
The original machine had a base plate of prefamulated amulite, surmounted by a malleable logarithmic casing, in such a way that the two
Please turn
spurving
that off.
variants
Really?
ran a direct line
Really?
with a panometric fan.
Really?
It's mad loud too.
Seriously.
Party foul.
Super party foul. Fucked her ears.
Mine are noise canceling, so I couldn't hear how loud it was coming through.
Oh, must be
For
mine.
the
Okay.
expended
Mine are
hit
noise
dice,
canceling too, except when the noise is coming right into them.
Right. But the phone's outside of my headphones, so it sounded perfectly fine to me. It didn't sound very loud.
Next time, play it on your PCs, so we hear it the same.
Well,
you hear it.
It was a TikTok sound, and I couldn't find it.
So TikTok's
It-
a website too.
are those hit dice that we gave up just ones that we could have rolled for this particular long rest? Or
You don't
they-
roll hit dice on a long
You don't
rest.
roll hit dice,
You
yeah,
recover
it's
hit
just
dice on a
for
long
short
rest. You recover
I
half of them
recovered
on a long
two.
rest.
Yeah,
We recover half of them.
half.
Yeah.
Rounded down.
It does it when you take the
Yeah.
long rest. It'll probably do it,
Half
or
rounded.
maybe it won't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
Why didn't
I got it. Yeah, I got him back.
It
I was down
doesn't,
to
but
one
it's
hit
not
die. Now I'm back up to
applying-
3.
I was
You
down
said
at
something
0.
about
and
it
I'm
not
up to 2,
applying
yeah.
the HP changes automatically, so that's why I wanted to double check.
Yeah. No, you will manually handle all of your HP changes, moving forward. But the hit dice though, how many did you use them all?
He had.
No,
only
I
used
also
one.
don't need to replenish any because I was at full health. But
Well, the
no,
hit
you're
die
hearing
is
me.
not. Yeah, the hit die.
He had
go
only
ahead,
used
sorry,
one,
go
I
ahead,
think.
go ahead,
He had
finish
only
it.
used one.
I used to. I spent 2.
Oh, you spent 2, so you should have gotten one
how-
back.
How many did you have though? Like before you long
5
rested,
total.
how many hit dice did you have? Before you long rested, how many hit dice did you have?
I had
Should have had 3.
4 because I used 1 during my short rest.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So you
you
used
should've
one
got-
during the short rest, and then you used
2. in
1 or
battle.
2 during the ritual.
2.
you
2.
should
So
only
you
had
had
3.
3. So you had 2.
I have
Yeah,
2
'cause you
left.
had
Yes, and I just did my long rest.
So you should have gotten
Alright,
2
so
back.
yeah.
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 I don't know
so
where
you
to
should
see
have
my hit
4.
dice is more what I was asking. So
Well, it depends
Oh,
on what
open-
sheet it is.
Open your character sheet, and
Like the sheet I'm using, it's
Oh, you
the
have,
tidy 5e sheet. It's right next to your picture.
yeah, that's what I'm using now because I saw yours long
Yeah.
ago, and I was like, oh, that looks very, very nice. For you, where is that shit? Wow.
Hit dice is right next to hit points on your
If it's a
on
standard
your
sheet.
foundry.
Oh, I see that. I see it.
character
Yep,
sheet.
yep, right at the top.
okay, so then you're saying I would have 4 total
Yeah.
because I have 5 long rests. Cool.
Yep.
Cool, I'm good.
I guess that's it. That'll be the official end of this. No, it will not. Sorry, one more thing. So you guys are kind of hanging out. Technically, during the long rest, whatever happens. Well, let me see. How many of you are there? 5 of you. Let's see what happens. All right, 1. Ing, you will hear a voice, a vaguely familiar voice you haven't heard in an incredibly long time. You will see this little red, like kind of bat-like creature with this long scorpion tail just materialize in front of you, its mouth open, and says,
Boy.
I may be able to have a way for you all to communicate with the one known as Bessendi. You hear the voice of not the boy.
thought it was
You can see the boy is like you can see the little creature on the screen and mouth open, and you
that
hear a
guy.
different voice coming out of it, and you can hear the voice of the armored knight who hired you all for the initial mission.
Man.
You remember the imp actually revealed themselves your first night on the Spelljammer, and he said, "We're gonna keep an eye on you." Blah 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 blah. Obviously, everybody forgot because it was a real long time ago, which is why I love these kind of moments. And then that will be the end of the session.
Dun dun dun.
I did that on Horde of the Dragon Queen when they were finally fighting Asbara Joss. I'm like, and if you know, and perception check, and they're like, they had it.
Beautiful.
The Red Wizard of Thay. I go and have him do a perception check. I go, and if you notice, he has 6 fingers on his hand, and you're all staring at me.
Oh.
I go, did you forget about Inigo Montoya when you guys were on the boat when Inigo Montoya, the 6-finger wizard, killed his father? Like, oh.
You named Inigo Montoya the 6-fingered.
Yes, the
wizard.
captain of the ship that they used to get up the river is Inigo
my
Montoya, and he even gave him the whole
Who
story.
is not the
He's-
6-fingered
six-
man.
No, he said a 6-fingered
No.
wizard killed my
Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh Jesus.
Yes.
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Stop saying that.
Yes, he was the captain of the ferry, and they were all having dinner
Oh
with him,
my
and he was telling this whole
gosh.
grand story of everything. And
All right, folks, I'm gonna bug out there.
all right, Austin, have a good one.
It's been a
Good
pleasure.
night, gents.
My voice cracked. I must have been
I
lying.
will end the stream here as well. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll be back Friday with what might be the end of Horde of the Dragon Queen. Might be another session,
Oh, shit.
maybe 2, and then we'll be
Oh,
heading
shit.
in May to Rise of Tiamat. But yeah, an actual module campaign all the way through from the first chapter to the end
Beautiful.
chapter of Horde of the Dragon Queen. So.
I gotta
That
do
was
that
fun.
one day.
So we'll be doing that, and then next Tuesday will be Souls of Magic's Dawn, where Coda's dead.
Yep. With dead Coda. Dun,
But
dun,
yes, but I think we'll do it. We'll have a little, even though that dude came to pull you guys out of there. Once he pulls you guys out of there, there can be a little respite and mourning. A kind of like a no, don't shrug, don't shrug. Just because one person did something at that moment doesn't mean it can't be rectified when you guys get out of a dangerous spot. So that's usually how it happens. I mean, with Donatus, you guys didn't think about it until after you escaped the damn pyramid, the desert.
It
palace.
was falling on us. So
Right, and this place is falling on you too. It's literally the same thing. So
wow. Get creative.
hey, the best kind of storylines are the ones that you can easily
Creative.
repeat and no one notices until you tell them.
He named a character in another campaign Inigo Montoya and
Yes.
said that he was killed by the
Hey,
6-fingered
No, but that's great.
Can we-
wizard.
But that's just
It's
great.
great.
Yeah, that's
but
awesome.
Still not.
And are
original.
you forgetting that the dwarf Holgjörn in here is my dwarf?
Yeah, I know that. I did notice. I did notice that. That I did notice.
What do you mean?
So-
We're gonna see.
The name, it's the same
It's
name.
obviously two completely different people.
You're right.
Your dwarf's name
obviously.
is Hjolgurn, and this guy's name is Holgun.
Oh, so yours came from the north side instead of the south side. Okay,
Whoa,
I got
hey,
you.
whoa, hey. I didn't name him. All right.
Yeah, that was
Don't do it,
John.
man.
Well, that is precisely why I know it was my dwarf. Because John named him.
You didn't name him. I didn't name
I
him.
had nothing to do with that.
All right, we're gonna hit a stream. Thank you for joining us. Until next time,
Bye.
so say we all.